Overview of Amazon Web Services Abstract. Amazon Web Services offers a broad set of global cloud-based products including compute, storage, databases, analytics, networking, mobile developer tools, management tools, IoT, security, and enterprise applications, on demand, available in seconds, with pay-as-you-go pricing. From data warehousing to deployment tools, directories to content delivery, over 175 AWS services are available. New services can be provisioned quickly, without the upfront capital expense. This allows enterprises, startups, small and medium-sized businesses, and customers in the public sector to access the building blocks they need to respond quickly to changing business requirements. This white paper provides you with an overview of the benefits of the AWS Cloud and introduces you to the services that make up the platform. Introduction. In 2006, Amazon Web Services, AWS, began offering IT infrastructure services to businesses as web services, now commonly known as cloud computing. One of the key benefits of cloud computing is the opportunity to replace upfront capital infrastructure expenses with low variable costs that scale with your business. With the cloud, businesses no longer need to plan for and procure servers and other IT infrastructure weeks or months in advance. Instead, they can instantly spin up hundreds or thousands of servers in minutes and deliver results faster. Today, AWS provides a highly reliable, scalable, low-cost infrastructure platform in the cloud that powers hundreds of thousands of businesses in 190 countries around the world. What is cloud computing? Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of compute power, database, storage, applications, and other IT resources through a cloud services platform via the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. Whether you are running applications that share photos to millions of mobile users or you're supporting the critical operations of your business, a cloud services platform provides rapid access to flexible and low-cost IT resources. With cloud computing, you don't need to make large upfront investments in hardware and spend a lot of time on the heavy lifting of managing that hardware. Instead, you can provision exactly the right type and size of computing resources you need to power your newest bright idea or operate your IT department. You can access as many resources as you need, almost instantly, and only pay for what you use. Cloud computing provides a simple way to access servers, storage, databases, and a broad set of application services over the internet. A cloud services platform such as Amazon Web Services owns and maintains the network-connected hardware required for these application services, while you provision and use what you need via a web application. Six advantages of cloud computing. Trade capital expense for variable expense. Instead of having to invest heavily in data centers and servers before you know how you're going to use them, you can pay only when you consume computing resources, and pay only for how much you consume. Benefit from massive economies of scale. By using cloud computing, you can achieve a lower variable cost than you can get on your own. Because usage from hundreds of thousands of customers is aggregated in the cloud, providers such as AWS can achieve higher economies of scale, which translates into lower pay-as-you-go prices. Stop guessing capacity. Eliminate guessing on your infrastructure capacity needs. When you make a capacity decision prior to deploying an application, you often end up either sitting on expensive idle resources or dealing with limited capacity. With cloud computing, these problems go away. You can access as much or as little capacity as you need, and scale up and down as required with only a few minutes' notice. Increase speed and agility. In a cloud computing environment, new IT resources are only a click away, which means that you reduce the time to make those resources available to your developers from weeks to just minutes. This results in a dramatic increase in agility for the organization, since the cost and time it takes to experiment and develop is significantly lower. Stop spending money running and maintaining data centers. Focus on projects that differentiate your business, not the infrastructure. Cloud computing lets you focus on your own customers, rather than on the heavy lifting of racking, stacking, and powering servers. Go global in minutes. Easily deploy your application in multiple regions around the world with just a few clicks. This means you can provide lower latency and a better experience for your customers at minimal cost. Types of cloud computing. Cloud computing provides developers and IT departments with the ability to focus on what matters most and avoid undifferentiated work such as procurement, maintenance, and capacity planning. As cloud computing has grown in popularity, several different models and deployment strategies have emerged to help meet specific needs of different users. Each type of cloud service and deployment method provides you with different levels of control, flexibility, and management. Understanding the differences between infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service, as well as what deployment strategies you can use, can help you decide what set of services is right for your needs. Cloud computing models. Infrastructure as a service, IaaS, infrastructure as a service, IaaS, contains the basic building blocks for cloud IT and typically provides access to networking features, computers, virtual or on dedicated hardware, and data storage space. IaaS provides you with the highest level of flexibility and management control over your IT resources, and is most similar to existing IT resources that many IT departments and developers are familiar with today. Platform as a service, PaaS. Platform as a service, PaaS, removes the need for your organization to manage the underlying infrastructure, usually hardware and operating systems, and allows you to focus on the deployment and management of your applications. This helps you be more efficient as you don't need to worry about resource procurement, capacity planning, software maintenance, patching, or any of the other undifferentiated heavy lifting involved in running your application. Software as a service, SaaS. Software as a service, SaaS, provides you with a completed product that is run and managed by the service provider. In most cases, people referring to software as a service are referring to end-user applications. With a SaaS offering, you do not have to think about how the service is maintained or how the underlying infrastructure is managed. You only need to think about how you will use that particular piece of software. A common example of a SaaS application is web-based email, which you can use to send and receive email without having to manage feature additions to the email product or maintain the servers and operating systems that the email program is running on. Cloud computing deployment models. Cloud. A cloud-based application is fully deployed in the cloud and all parts of the application run in the cloud. Applications in the cloud have either been created in the cloud or have been migrated from an existing infrastructure to take advantage of the benefits of cloud computing. Cloud-based applications can be built on low-level infrastructure pieces or can use higher-level services that provide abstraction from the management, architecting, and scaling requirements of core infrastructure. Hybrid. A hybrid deployment is a way to connect infrastructure and applications between cloud-based resources and existing resources that are not located in the cloud. The most common method of hybrid deployment is between the cloud and existing on-premises infrastructure to extend and grow an organization's infrastructure into the cloud while connecting cloud resources to the internal system. For more information on how AWS can help you with your hybrid deployment, visit our Hybrid Cloud with AWS page. On-premises. The deployment of resources on-premises, using virtualization and resource management tools, is sometimes called the private cloud. On-premises deployment doesn't provide many of the benefits of cloud computing but is sometimes sought for its ability to provide dedicated resources. In most cases, this deployment model is the same as legacy IT infrastructure while using application management and virtualization technologies to try and increase resource utilization. For more information on how AWS can help, see use case, Cloud Services on-premises. Global infrastructure. AWS serves over 1 million active customers in more than 190 countries. We are steadily expanding global infrastructure to help our customers achieve lower latency and higher throughput, and to ensure that their data resides only in the AWS region they specify. As our customers grow their businesses, AWS will continue to provide infrastructure that meets their global requirements. The AWS Cloud infrastructure is built around AWS regions and availability zones. An AWS region is a physical location in the world where we have multiple availability zones. Availability zones consist of one or more discrete data centers, each with redundant power, networking, and connectivity, housed in separate facilities. These availability zones offer you the ability to operate production applications and databases that are more highly available, fault-tolerant, and scalable than would be possible from a single data center. The AWS Cloud operates in over 77 availability zones within over 24 geographic regions around the world, with announced plans for more availability zones and regions. For more information on the AWS Cloud availability zones and AWS regions, see AWS Global Infrastructure. Each Amazon region is designed to be completely isolated from the other Amazon regions. This achieves the greatest possible fault tolerance and stability. Each availability zone is isolated, but the availability zones in a region are connected through low latency links. AWS provides you with the flexibility to place instances and store data within multiple geographic regions as well as across multiple availability zones within each AWS region. Each availability zone is designed as an independent failure zone. This means that availability zones are physically separated within a typical metropolitan region and are located in lower risk floodplains. Specific flood zone categorization varies by AWS region. In addition to discrete uninterruptible power supply, UPS, and on-site backup generation facilities, data centers located in different availability zones are designed to be supplied by independent substations to reduce the risk of an event on the power grid impacting more than one availability zone. Availability zones are all redundantly connected to multiple Tier 1 transit providers. Security and compliance. Security. Cloud security at AWS is the highest priority. As an AWS customer, you will benefit from a data center and network architecture built to meet the requirements of the most security-sensitive organizations. Security in the cloud is much like security in your on-premises data centers, only without the costs of maintaining facilities and hardware. In the cloud, you don't have to manage physical servers or storage devices. Instead, you use software-based security tools to monitor and protect the flow of information into and out of your cloud resources. An advantage of the AWS Cloud is that it allows you to scale and innovate, while maintaining a secure environment and paying only for the services you use. This means that you can have the security you need at a lower cost than an on-premises environment. As an AWS customer, you inherit all the best practices of AWS policies, architecture, and operational processes built to satisfy the requirements of our most security-sensitive customers. Get the flexibility and agility you need in security controls. The AWS Cloud enables a shared responsibility model. While AWS manages security of the cloud, you are responsible for security in the cloud. This means that you retain control of the security you choose to implement to protect your own content, platform, applications, systems, and networks no differently than you would in an on-site data center. AWS provides you with guidance and expertise through online resources, personnel, and partners. AWS provides you with advisories for current issues, plus you have the opportunity to work with AWS when you encounter security issues. You get access to hundreds of tools and features to help you to meet your security objectives. AWS provides security-specific tools and features across network security, configuration management, access control, and data encryption. Finally, AWS environments are continuously audited, with certifications from accreditation bodies across geographies and verticals. In the AWS environment, you can take advantage of automated tools for asset inventory and privileged access reporting. Benefits of AWS security: keep your data safe. The AWS infrastructure puts strong safeguards in place to help protect your privacy. All data is stored in highly secure AWS data centers. Meet compliance requirements. AWS manages dozens of compliance programs in its infrastructure. This means that segments of your compliance have already been completed. Save money, cut costs by using AWS data centers. Maintain the highest standard of security without having to manage your own facility. Scale quickly. Security scales with your AWS cloud usage. No matter the size of your business, the AWS infrastructure is designed to keep your data safe. Compliance. AWS Cloud Compliance enables you to understand the robust controls in place at AWS to maintain security and data protection in the cloud. As systems are built on top of AWS Cloud infrastructure. Compliance responsibilities will be shared. By tying together governance-focused, audit-friendly service features with applicable compliance or audit standards, AWS compliance enablers build on traditional programs. This helps customers to establish and operate in an AWS security control environment. The IT infrastructure that AWS provides to its customers is designed and managed in alignment with best security practices and a variety of IT security standards. The following is a partial list of assurance programs with which AWS complies. SOC 1/ISO 3402, SOC 2, SOC 3, VISMA, DIACAP, and FedRAMP, PCI DSS Level 1, ISO 9001, ISO 27001, ISO 27017, ISO 27018. AWS provides customers a wide range of information on its IT control environment in white papers, reports, certifications, accreditations, and other third-party attestations. More information is available in the Risk and Compliance White Paper in the AWS Security Center. Amazon Web Services Cloud Platform. AWS Management Console. Access and manage Amazon Web Services through the AWS Management Console, a simple and intuitive user interface. You can also use the AWS Console mobile application to quickly view resources on the go. AWS Command Line Interface. The AWS Command Line Interface, CLI, is a unified tool to manage your AWS services. With just one tool to download and configure, you can control multiple AWS services from the command line and automate them through scripts. Software development kits are software development kits, SDKs, simplify using AWS services in your applications with an application program interface, API, tailored to your programming language or platform. Analytics. Amazon Athena. Amazon Athena is an interactive query service that makes it easy to analyze data in Amazon S3 using standard SQL. Athena is serverless, so there is no infrastructure to manage, and you pay only for the queries that you run. Athena is easy to use. Simply point to your data in Amazon S3, define the schema, and start querying using standard SQL. Most results are delivered within seconds. With Athena, there's no need for complex extract, transform, and load, ETL, jobs to prepare your data for analysis. This makes it easy for anyone with SQL skills to quickly analyze large-scale datasets. Athena is out-of-the-box integrated with AWS Glue Data Catalog, allowing you to create a unified metadata repository across various services, crawl data sources to discover schemas and populate your catalog with new and modified table and partition definitions, and maintain schema versioning. You can also use Glue's fully managed ETL capabilities to transform data or convert it into columnar formats to optimize cost and improve performance. Amazon EMR. Amazon EMR provides a managed Hadoop framework that makes it easy, fast, and cost-effective to process vast amounts of data across dynamically scalable Amazon EC2 instances. You can also run other popular distributed frameworks such as Apache Spark, Pace, Presto, and Flink in Amazon EMR, and interact with data in other AWS data stores such as Amazon S3 and Amazon DynamoDB. EMR notebooks, based on the popular Jupyter Notebook, provide a development and collaboration environment for ad hoc querying and exploratory analysis. Amazon EMR securely and reliably handles a broad set of big data use cases, including log analysis, web indexing, data transformations, ETL, machine learning, financial analysis, scientific simulation, and bioinformatics. Amazon Cloud Search. Amazon Cloud Search is a managed service in the AWS Cloud that makes it simple and cost-effective to set up, manage, and scale a search solution for your website or application. Amazon Cloud Search supports 34 languages and popular search features such as highlighting, autocomplete, and geospatial search. Amazon Elasticsearch Service. Amazon Elasticsearch Service makes it easy to deploy, secure, operate, and scale Elasticsearch to search, analyze, and visualize data in real time. With Amazon Elasticsearch Service, you get easy-to-use APIs and real-time analytics capabilities to power use cases such as log analytics, full-text search, application monitoring, and clickstream analytics, with enterprise-grade availability, scalability, and security. The service offers integrations with open-source tools like Kibana and Logstash for data ingestion and visualization. It also integrates seamlessly with other AWS services such as Amazon Virtual Private Cloud, Amazon VPC, AWS Key Management Service, AWS KMS, Amazon Kinesis Data Firehose, AWS Lambda, AWS Identity and Access Management, IAM, Amazon Cognito, and Amazon Cloud Watch, so that you can go from raw data to actionable insights quickly. Amazon Kinesis makes it easy to collect, process, and analyze real-time, streaming data so you can get timely insights and react quickly to new information. Amazon Kinesis offers key capabilities to cost-effectively process streaming data at any scale, along with the flexibility to choose the tools that best suit the requirements of your application. With Amazon Kinesis, you can ingest real-time data such as video, audio, application logs, website clickstreams, and IoT telemetry data for machine learning, analytics, and other applications. Amazon Kinesis enables you to process and analyze data as it arrives and respond instantly instead of having to wait until all your data is collected before the processing can begin. Amazon Kinesis currently offers 4 services: Kinesis Data Firehose, Kinesis Data Analytics, Kinesis Data Streams, and Kinesis Video Streams. Amazon Kinesis Data Firehose. Amazon Kinesis Firehose is the easiest way to reliably load streaming data into data stores and analytics tools. It can capture, transform, and load streaming data into Amazon S3, Amazon Redshift, Amazon Elasticsearch Service, and Splunk, enabling near real-time analytics with existing business intelligence tools and dashboards you're already using today. It is a fully managed service that automatically scales to match the throughput of your data and requires no ongoing administration. It can also batch, compress, transform, and encrypt the data before loading it, minimizing the amount of storage used at the destination and increasing security. You can easily create a Firehose delivery stream from the AWS Management Console, configure it with a few clicks, and start sending data to the stream from hundreds of thousands of data sources to be loaded continuously to AWS, all in just a few minutes. You can also configure your delivery stream to automatically convert the incoming data to columnar formats like Apache Parquet and Apache ORC, before the data is delivered to Amazon S3, for cost-effective storage and analytics. Amazon Kinesis Data Analytics. Amazon Kinesis Data Analytics is the easiest way to analyze streaming data, gain actionable insights, and respond to your business and customer needs in real time. Amazon Kinesis Data Analytics reduces the complexity of building, managing, and integrating streaming applications with other AWS services. SQL users can easily query streaming data or build entire streaming applications using templates and an interactive SQL editor. Java developers can quickly build sophisticated streaming applications using open-source Java libraries and AWS integrations to transform and analyze data in real time. Amazon Kinesis Data Analytics takes care of everything required to run your queries continuously and scales automatically to match the volume and throughput rate of your incoming data. Amazon Kinesis Data Streams. Amazon Kinesis Data Streams, KDS, is a massively scalable and durable real-time data streaming service. KDS can continuously capture gigabytes of data per second from hundreds of thousands of sources such as website clickstreams, database event streams, financial transactions, social media feeds, IT logs, and location tracking events. The data collected is available in milliseconds to enable real-time analytics use cases such as real-time dashboards, real-time anomaly detection, dynamic pricing, and more. Amazon Kinesis Video Streams. Amazon Kinesis Video Streams makes it easy to securely stream video from connected devices to AWS for analytics, machine learning, ML, playback, and other processing. Kinesis Video Streams automatically provisions and elastically scales all the infrastructure needed to ingest streaming video data from millions of devices. It also durably stores, encrypts, and indexes video data in your streams, and allows you to access your data through easy-to-use APIs. Kinesis Video Streams enables you to play back video for live and on-demand viewing, and quickly build applications that take advantage of computer vision and video analytics through integration with Amazon Rekognition Video, and libraries for ML frameworks such as Apache MXNet, TensorFlow, and OpenCV. Amazon Redshift. Amazon Redshift is a fast, scalable data warehouse that makes it simple and cost-effective to analyze all your data across your data warehouse and data lake. Redshift delivers 10 times faster performance than other data warehouses by using machine learning, massively parallel query execution, and columnar storage on high-performance disk. You can set up and deploy a new data warehouse in minutes, and run queries across petabytes of data in your Redshift data warehouse, and exabytes of data in your data lake built on Amazon S3. You can start small for just 25 cents per hour and scale to $250 per terabyte per year, less than 1/10 the cost of other solutions. Amazon QuickSight is a fast, cloud-powered business intelligence service that makes it easy for you to deliver insights to everyone in your organization. QuickSight lets you create and publish interactive dashboards that can be accessed from browsers or mobile devices. You can embed dashboards into your applications, providing your customers with powerful self-service analytics. QuickSight easily scales to tens of thousands of users without any software to install, servers to deploy, or infrastructure to manage. AWS Data Pipeline is a web service that helps you reliably process and move data between different AWS compute and storage services, as well as on-premises data sources, at specified intervals. With AWS Data Pipeline, you can regularly access your data where it's stored, transform and process it at scale, and efficiently transfer the results to AWS services such as Amazon S3, P60, Amazon RDS, P23, Amazon DynamoDB, P23, and Amazon EMR, P10. AWS Data Pipeline helps you easily create complex data processing workloads that are fault-tolerant, repeatable, and highly available. You don't have to worry about ensuring resource availability, managing inter-task dependencies, retrying transient failures or timeouts in individual tasks, or creating a failure notification system. AWS Data Pipeline also allows you to move and process data that was previously locked up in on-premises data silos. AWS Glue is a fully managed extract, transform, and load (ETL) service that makes it easy for customers to prepare and load their data for analytics. You can create and run an ETL job with a few clicks in the AWS Management Console. You simply point AWS Glue to your data stored on AWS, and AWS Glue discovers your data and stores the associated metadata, for example, table definition and schema, in the AWS Glue data catalog. Once cataloged, your data is immediately searchable, queryable, and available for ETL. AWS Lake Formation is a service that makes it easy to set up a secure data lake in days. A data lake is a centralized, curated, and secured repository that stores all your data, both in its original form and prepared for analysis. A data lake enables you to break down data silos and combine different types of analytics to gain insights and guide better business decisions. However, setting up and managing data lakes today involves a lot of manual, complicated, and time-consuming tasks. This work includes loading data from diverse sources, monitoring those data flows, setting up partitions, turning on encryption and managing keys, defining transformation jobs and monitoring their operation, reorganizing data into a columnar format, configuring access control settings, deduplicating redundant data, matching linked records, granting access to datasets, and auditing access over time. Creating a data lake with lake formation is as simple as defining where your data resides and what data access and security policies you want to apply. Lake formation then collects and catalogs data from databases and object storage, moves the data into your new Amazon S3 data lake, cleans and classifies data using machine learning algorithms, and secures access to your sensitive data. Your users can then access a centralized catalog of data which describes available data sets and their appropriate usage. Your users then leverage these data sets with their choice of analytics and machine learning services, like Amazon EMR for Apache Spark, Amazon Redshift, Amazon Athena, SageMaker, and Amazon QuickSight. Amazon Managed Streaming for Apache Kafka, Amazon MSK, Amazon Managed Streaming for Apache Kafka, Amazon MSK, is a fully managed service that makes it easy for you to build and run applications that use Apache Kafka to process streaming data. Apache Kafka is an open-source platform for building real-time streaming data pipelines and applications. With Amazon MSK, you can use Apache Kafka APIs to populate data lakes, stream changes to and from databases, and power machine learning and analytics applications. Apache Kafka clusters are challenging to set up, scale, and manage in production. When you run Apache Kafka on your own, you need to provision servers, configure Apache Kafka manually, replace servers when they fail, orchestrate server patches and upgrades, architect the cluster for high availability, ensure data is durably stored and secured, set up monitoring and alarms, and carefully plan scaling events to support load changes. Amazon MSK makes it easy for you to build and run production applications on Apache Kafka without needing Apache Kafka infrastructure management expertise. That means you spend less time managing infrastructure and more time building applications. With a few clicks in the Amazon MSK console, you can create highly available Apache Kafka clusters with settings and configuration based on Apache Kafka's deployment best practices. Amazon MSK automatically provisions and runs your Apache Kafka clusters. Amazon MSK continuously monitors cluster health and automatically replaces unhealthy nodes with no downtime to your application. In addition, Amazon MSK secures your Apache Kafka cluster by encrypting data at rest. Application integration. AWS Step Functions. AWS Step Functions lets you coordinate multiple AWS services into serverless workflows so you can build and update apps quickly. Using Step Functions, you can design and run workflows that stitch together services such as AWS Lambda and Amazon ECS into feature-rich applications. Workflows are made up of a series of steps, with the output of one step acting as input into the next. Application development is simpler and more intuitive using Step Functions, because it translates your workflow into a state machine diagram that is easy to understand, easy to explain to others, and easy to change. You can monitor each step of execution as it happens, which means you can identify and fix problems quickly. Step Functions automatically triggers and tracks each step, and retries when there are errors, so your application executes in order and as expected. Amazon MQ. Amazon MQ is a managed message broker service for Apache ActiveMQ that makes it easy to set up and operate message brokers in the cloud. Message brokers allow different software systems, often using different programming languages, and on different platforms to communicate and exchange information. Amazon MQ reduces your operational load by managing the provisioning, setup, and maintenance of ActiveMQ, a popular open-source message broker. Connecting your current applications to Amazon MQ is easy because it uses industry-standard APIs and protocols for messaging, including JMS, NMS, AMQP, STOMP, MQTT, and WebSocket. Using standards means that in most cases, there's no need to rewrite any messaging code when you migrate to AWS. Amazon SQS. Amazon Simple Queue Service. Amazon SQS is a fully managed message queuing service that enables you to decouple and scale microservices, distributed systems, and serverless applications. SQS eliminates the complexity and overhead associated with managing and operating message-oriented middleware, and empowers developers to focus on differentiating work. Using SQS, you can send, store, and receive messages between software components at any volume, without losing messages or requiring other services to be available. Get started with SQS in minutes using the AWS console, command line interface or SDK of your choice, and 3 simple commands. SQS offers 2 types of message queues. Standard queues offer maximum throughput, best effort ordering, and at least once delivery. SQS FIFO queues are designed to guarantee that messages are processed exactly once, in the exact order that they are sent. Amazon SNS. Amazon Simple Notification Service. Amazon SNS is a highly available, durable, secure, fully managed pub/sub messaging service that enables you to decouple microservices, distributed systems, and serverless applications. Amazon SNS provides topics for high throughput, push-based, many-to-many messaging. Using Amazon SNS topics, your publisher systems can fan out messages to a large number of subscriber endpoints for parallel processing, including Amazon SQS queues, AWS Lambda functions, and HTTP/S webhooks. Additionally, SNS can be used to fan out notifications to end users using mobile push, SMS, and email. Amazon SWF. Amazon Simple Workflow. Amazon SWF helps developers build, run, and scale background jobs that have parallel or sequential steps. You can think of Amazon SWF as a fully managed state tracker and task coordinator in the cloud. If your application steps take more than 500 milliseconds to complete, you need to track the state of processing. If you need to recover or retry if a task fails, Amazon SWF can help you.
R&VR topics, Amazon Sumerian, p. 15. Amazon Sumerian lets you create and run virtual reality, VR, augmented reality, AR, and 3D applications quickly and easily without requiring any specialized programming or 3D graphics expertise.
With Sumerian, you can build highly immersive and interactive scenes that run on popular hardware such as Oculus Go, Oculus Rift, HTC Vive Pro, Google Daydream, and Lenovo Mirage, as well as Android and iOS mobile devices. For example, you can build a virtual classroom that lets you train new employees around the world, or you can build a virtual environment that enables people to tour a building remotely. Sumerian makes it easy to create all the building blocks needed to build highly immersive and interactive 3D experiences, including adding objects, for example, characters, furniture, and landscape, and designing, animating, and scripting environments. Sumerian does not require specialized expertise, and you can design scenes directly from your browser. AWS Cost Management. AWS Cost Explorer. AWS Cost Explorer has an easy-to-use interface that lets you visualize, understand, and manage your AWS costs and usage over time. Get started quickly by creating custom reports, including charts and tabular data that analyze cost and usage data, both at a high level, for example, total costs and usage across all accounts, and for highly specific requests, for example, M2.2's large costs within account Y that are tagged project, secret project. AWS Budgets. AWS Budgets gives you the ability to set custom budgets that alert you when your costs or usage exceed, or are forecasted to exceed, your budgeted amount. You can also use AWS Budgets to set reutilization or coverage targets and receive alerts when your utilization drops below the threshold you define. Re-alerts support Amazon EC2, Amazon RDS, Amazon Redshift, and Amazon Elasticache reservations. Budgets can be tracked at the monthly, quarterly, or yearly level, and you can customize the start and end dates. You can further refine your budget to track costs associated with multiple dimensions, such as AWS service, linked account, tag, and others. Budget alerts can be sent via email and/or Amazon Simple Notification Service, SNS, topic. Budgets can be created and tracked from the AWS Budgets dashboard or via the Budgets API. AWS Cost and Usage Report. The AWS Cost and Usage Report is a single location for accessing comprehensive information about your AWS costs and usage. The AWS Cost and Usage Report lists AWS usage for each service category used by an account and its IAM users in hourly or daily line items, as well as any tags that you have activated for cost allocation purposes. You can also customize the AWS Cost and Usage Report to aggregate your usage data to the daily or monthly level. Reserved Instance reporting. AWS provides a number of specific cost management solutions out of the box to help you better understand and manage your REs. Using the reutilization and coverage reports available in AWS Cost Explorer, you can visualize your data at an aggregate level or inspect a particular subscription. To access the most detailed information available, you can leverage the AWS Cost and Usage Report. You can also set a custom reutilization target via AWS Budgets and receive alerts when your utilization drops below the threshold you define. The AWS Cost and Usage Report lists AWS usage for each service category used by an account and its IAM users in hourly or daily line items, as well as any tags that you have activated for cost allocation purposes. You can also customize the AWS Cost and Usage Report to aggregate your usage data to the daily or monthly level. Blockchain. Amazon Managed Blockchain. Amazon Managed Blockchain is a fully managed service that makes it easy to create and manage scalable blockchain networks using the popular open source frameworks Hyperledger Fabric and Ethereum. Blockchain makes it possible to build applications where multiple parties can execute transactions without the need for a trusted, central authority. Today, building a scalable blockchain network with existing technologies is complex to set up and hard to manage. To create a blockchain network, each network member needs to manually provision hardware, install software, create and manage certificates for access control, and configure networking components. Once the blockchain network is running, you need to continuously monitor the infrastructure and adapt to changes, such as an increase in transaction requests, or new members joining or leaving the network. Amazon Managed Blockchain is a fully managed service that allows you to set up and manage a scalable blockchain network with just a few clicks. Amazon Managed Blockchain eliminates the overhead required to create the network, and automatically scales to meet the demands of thousands of applications running millions of transactions. Once your network is up and running, Managed Blockchain makes it easy to manage and maintain your blockchain network. It manages your certificates, lets you easily invite new members to join the network, and tracks operational metrics such as usage of compute, memory, and storage resources. In addition, Managed Blockchain can replicate an immutable copy of your blockchain network activity into Amazon Quantum Ledger Database, QLDB, a fully managed ledger database. This allows you to easily analyze the network activity outside the network and gain insights into trends. Business Applications. Alexa for Business. Alexa for Business is a service that enables organizations and employees to use Alexa to get more work done. With Alexa for Business, employees can use Alexa as their intelligent assistant to be more productive in meeting rooms, at their desks, and even with the Alexa devices they already have at home. Amazon WorkDocs. Amazon WorkDocs is a fully managed, secure enterprise storage and sharing service with strong administrative controls and feedback capabilities that improve user productivity. Users can comment on files, send them to others for feedback, and upload new versions without having to resort to emailing multiple versions of their files as attachments. Users can take advantage of these capabilities wherever they are, using the device of their choice, including PCs, Macs, tablets, and phones. Amazon WorkDocs offers IT administrators the option of integrating with existing corporate directories, flexible sharing policies, and control of the location where data is stored. You can get started using Amazon WorkDocs with a 30-day free trial providing 1 TB of storage per user for up to 50 users. Amazon WorkMail. Amazon WorkMail is a secure, managed business email and calendar service with support for existing desktop and mobile email client applications. Amazon WorkMail gives users the ability to seamlessly access their email, contacts, and calendars using the client application of their choice, including Microsoft Outlook, native iOS and Android email applications, any client application supporting the IMAP protocol, or directly through a web browser. You can integrate Amazon WorkMail with your existing corporate directory, use email journaling to meet compliance requirements, and control both the keys that encrypt your data and the location in which your data is stored. You can also set up interoperability with Microsoft Exchange Server, and programmatically manage users, groups, and resources using the Amazon WorkMail SDK. Amazon Chime. Amazon Chime is a communications service that transforms online meetings with a secure, easy-to-use application that you can trust. Amazon Chime works seamlessly across your devices so that you can stay connected. You can use Amazon Chime for online meetings, video conferencing, calls, chat, and to share content, both inside and outside your organization. Amazon Chime works with Alexa for Business, which means you can use Alexa to start your meetings with your voice. Alexa can start your video meetings in large conference rooms, and automatically dial into online meetings in smaller huddle rooms and from your desk. Compute services. Amazon EC2. Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud. Amazon EC2 is a web service that provides secure, resizable compute capacity in the cloud. It is designed to make web-scale computing easier for developers. The simple web interface of Amazon EC2 allows you to obtain and configure capacity with minimal friction. It provides you with complete control of your computing resources and lets you run on Amazon's proven computing environment. Amazon EC2 reduces the time required to obtain and boot new server instances, called Amazon EC2 instances, to minutes, allowing you to quickly scale capacity, both up and down, as your computing requirements change. Amazon EC2 changes the economics of computing by allowing you to pay only for capacity that you actually use. Amazon EC2 provides developers and system administrators the tools to build failure-resilient applications and isolate themselves from common failure scenarios. Instance types. Amazon EC2 passes on to you the financial benefits of Amazon scale. You pay a very low rate for the compute capacity you actually consume. See Amazon EC2 instance purchasing options for a more detailed description. On-demand instances. With on-demand instances, you pay for compute capacity by the hour with no long-term commitments. You can increase or decrease your compute capacity depending on the demands of your application and only pay the specified hourly rate for the instances you use. The use of on-demand instances frees you from the costs and complexities of planning, purchasing, and maintaining hardware and transforms what are commonly large fixed costs into much smaller variable costs. On-demand instances also remove the need to buy safety net capacity to handle periodic traffic spikes. Reserved instances. Reserved instances provide you with a significant discount, up to 75%, compared to on-demand instance pricing. You have the flexibility to change families, operating system types, and tenancies while benefiting from reserved instance pricing when you use convertible reserved instances. Spot instances. Spot instances are available at up to a 90% discount compared to on-demand prices, and let you take advantage of unused Amazon EC2 capacity in the AWS Cloud. You can significantly reduce the cost of running your applications, grow your application's compute capacity and throughput for the same budget, and enable new types of cloud computing applications. Amazon EC2 Autoscaling. Amazon EC2 Autoscaling helps you maintain application availability and allows you to automatically add or remove EC2 instances according to conditions you define. You can use the fleet management features of Amazon EC2 Autoscaling to maintain the health and availability of your fleet. You can also use the dynamic and predictive scaling features of Amazon EC2 Autoscaling to add or remove EC2 instances. Dynamic scaling responds to changing demand, and predictive scaling automatically schedules the right number of EC2 instances based on predicted demand. Dynamic scaling and predictive scaling can be used together to scale faster. Amazon Elastic Container Registry. Amazon Elastic Container Registry, ECR, is a fully managed Docker container registry that makes it easy for developers to store, manage, and deploy Docker container images. Amazon ECR is integrated with Amazon Elastic Container Service, Amazon ECS, simplifying your development to production workflow. Amazon ECR eliminates the need to operate your own container repositories or worry about scaling the underlying infrastructure. Amazon ECR hosts your images in a highly available and scalable architecture, allowing you to reliably deploy containers for your applications.
Integration with AWS Identity and Access Management, IAM, P56, provides resource-level control of each repository.
With Amazon ECR, there are no upfront fees or commitments. You pay only for the amount of data you store in your repositories and data transferred to the internet. Amazon Elastic Container Service. Amazon Elastic Container Service, Amazon ECS, is a highly scalable, high-performance container orchestration service that supports Docker containers and allows you to easily run and scale containerized applications on AWS. Amazon ECS eliminates the need for you to install and operate your own container orchestration software, manage and scale a cluster of virtual machines, or schedule containers on those virtual machines. With simple API calls, you can launch and stop Docker-enabled applications, query the complete state of your application, and access many familiar features such as IAM roles, security groups, load balancers, Amazon Cloud Watch events, AWS Cloud Formation templates, and AWS Cloud Trail logs. Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service. Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service, Amazon EKS, makes it easy to deploy, manage, and scale containerized applications using Kubernetes on AWS. Amazon EKS runs the Kubernetes management infrastructure for you across multiple AWS availability zones to eliminate a single point of failure. Amazon EKS is certified Kubernetes conformant, so you can use existing tooling and plugins from partners and the Kubernetes community. Applications running on a standard Kubernetes environment are fully compatible and can be easily migrated to Amazon EKS. Amazon Lightsail. Amazon Lightsail is designed to be the easiest way to launch and manage a virtual private server with AWS. Lightsail plans include everything you need to jumpstart your project: a virtual machine, SSD-based storage, data transfer, DNS management, and a static IP address, for a low, predictable price. AWS Batch. AWS Batch enables developers, scientists, and engineers to easily and efficiently run hundreds of thousands of batch computing jobs on AWS. AWS Batch dynamically provisions the optimal quantity and type of compute resources, for example, CPU or memory-optimized instances, based on the volume and specific resource requirements of the batch job submitted. With AWS Batch, There is no need to install and manage batch computing software or server clusters that you use to run your jobs, allowing you to focus on analyzing results and solving problems. AWS Batch plans, schedules, and executes your batch computing workloads across the full range of AWS compute services and features, such as Amazon EC2 and Spot instances. AWS Elastic Beanstalk. AWS Elastic Beanstalk is an easy-to-use service for deploying and scaling web applications and services developed with Java, .NET, PHP, Node.js, Python, Ruby, Go, and Docker on familiar servers such as Apache, Ginx, Passenger, and Internet Information Services, IIS. You can simply upload your code, and AWS Elastic Beanstalk automatically handles the deployment, from capacity provisioning, load balancing, and auto-scaling to application health monitoring. At the same time, you retain full control over the AWS resources powering your application and can access the underlying resources at any time. AWS Fargate. AWS Fargate is a compute engine for Amazon ECS that allows you to run containers without having to manage servers or clusters. With AWS Fargate, you no longer have to provision, configure, and scale clusters of virtual machines to run containers. This removes the need to choose server types, decide when to scale your clusters, or optimize cluster packing. AWS Fargate removes the need for you to interact with or think about servers or clusters. Fargate lets you focus on designing and building your applications instead of managing the infrastructure that runs them. Amazon ECS has two modes, Fargate Launch Type and EC2 Launch Type. With Fargate Launch Type, all you have to do is package your application in containers, specify the CPU and memory requirements, define networking and IAM policies, and launch the application. EC2 Launch Type allows you to have server-level, more granular control over the infrastructure that runs your container applications. With EC2 Launch Type, you can use Amazon ECS to manage a cluster of servers and schedule placement of containers on the servers. Amazon ECS keeps track of all the CPU, memory and other resources in your cluster, and also finds the best server for a container to run on based on your specified resource requirements. You are responsible for provisioning, patching, and scaling clusters of servers. You can decide which type of server to use, which applications and how many containers to run in a cluster to optimize utilization, and when you should add or remove servers from a cluster. EC2 Launch Type gives you more control of your server clusters and provides a broader range of customization options, which might be required to support some specific applications or possible compliance and government requirements. AWS Lambda. AWS Lambda lets you run code without provisioning or managing servers. You pay only for the compute time you consume, there is no charge when your code is not running. With Lambda, you can run code for virtually any type of application or backend service, all with zero administration. Just upload your code, and Lambda takes care of everything required to run and scale your code with high availability. You can set up your code to automatically trigger from other AWS services, or you can call it directly from any web or mobile app. AWS Serverless Application Repository. The AWS Serverless Application Repository enables you to quickly deploy code samples, components, and complete applications for common use cases such as web and mobile backends, event and data processing, logging, monitoring, IoT, and more. Each application is packaged with an AWS Serverless Application Model (SAM) template that defines the AWS resources used. Publicly shared applications also include a link to the application source code. There is no additional charge to use the Serverless Application Repository, you only pay for the AWS resources used in the applications you deploy. You can also use the Serverless Application Repository to publish your own applications and share them within your team, across your organization, or with the community at large. To share an application you've built, publish it to the AWS Serverless Application Repository. AWS Outposts. AWS Outposts bring native AWS services, infrastructure, and operating models to virtually any data center, colocation space, or on-premises facility. You can use the same APIs, the same tools, the same hardware, and the same functionality across on-premises and the cloud to deliver a truly consistent hybrid experience. Outposts can be used to support workloads that need to remain on-premises due to low latency or local data processing needs. AWS Outposts come in two variants. 1. VMware Cloud on AWS Outposts allows you to use the same VMware control plane and APIs you use to run your infrastructure. 2. AWS native variant of AWS Outposts allows you to use the same exact APIs and control plane you use to run in the AWS Cloud, but on premises. AWS Outposts infrastructure is fully managed, maintained, and supported by AWS to deliver access to the latest AWS services. Getting started is easy. You simply log into the AWS Management Console to order your Outposts servers, choosing from a wide range of compute and storage options. You can order one or more servers, or quarter, half, and full rack units. VMware Cloud on AWS. VMware Cloud on AWS is an integrated cloud offering jointly developed by AWS and VMware, delivering a highly scalable, secure, and innovative service that allows organizations to seamlessly migrate and extend their on-premises VMware vSphere-based environments to the AWS Cloud running on next-generation Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, Amazon EC2, bare metal infrastructure. VMware Cloud on AWS is ideal for enterprise IT infrastructure and operations organizations looking to migrate their on-premises vSphere-based workloads to the public cloud, consolidate and extend their data center capacities, and optimize, simplify and modernize their disaster recovery solutions. VMware Cloud on AWS is delivered, sold, and supported globally by VMware and its partners, with availability in the following AWS regions: US East and Virginia, US West, Oregon, Asia Pacific, Sydney, Asia Pacific, Tokyo, Europe, Frankfurt, Europe, Ireland, and Europe, London. With each release, VMware Cloud on AWS availability will expand into additional global regions. VMware Cloud on AWS brings the broad, diverse and rich innovations of AWS services natively to the enterprise applications running on VMware's compute, storage and network virtualization platforms. This allows organizations to easily and rapidly add new innovations to their enterprise applications by natively integrating AWS infrastructure and platform capabilities such as AWS Lambda, Amazon Simple Queue Service, SQS, Amazon S3, Elastic Load Balancing, Amazon RDS, Amazon DynamoDB, Amazon Kinesis, and Amazon Redshift, among many others. With VMware Cloud on AWS, organizations can simplify their hybrid IT operations by using the same VMware Cloud Foundation technologies, including vSphere, vSAN, NSX, and vCenter Server across their on-premises data centers and on the AWS Cloud, without having to purchase any new or custom hardware, rewrite applications, or modify their operating models. The service automatically provisions infrastructure and provides full VM compatibility and workload portability between your on-premises environments and the AWS Cloud. With VMware Cloud on AWS, you can leverage AWS's breadth of services, including compute, databases, analytics, Internet of Things, IoT, security, mobile deployment, application services, and more. Customer engagement. Amazon Connect. Amazon Connect is a self-service, cloud-based contact center service that makes it easy for any business to deliver better customer service at lower cost. Amazon Connect is based on the same contact center technology used by Amazon customer service associates around the world to power millions of customer conversations. The self-service graphical interface in Amazon Connect makes it easy for non-technical users to design contact flows, manage agents, and track performance metrics. No specialized skills required. There are no upfront payments or long-term commitments and no infrastructure to manage with Amazon Connect. Customers pay by the minute for Amazon Connect usage plus any associated telephony services. Amazon SES. Amazon Simple Email Service. Amazon SES is a cloud-based email sending service designed to help digital marketers and application developers send marketing, notification, and transactional emails. It is a reliable, cost-effective service for businesses of all sizes that use email to keep in contact with their customers. You can use our SMTP interface or one of the AWS SDKs to integrate Amazon SES directly into your existing applications. You can also integrate the email sending capabilities of Amazon SES into the software you already use, such as ticketing systems and email clients.
See also Amazon Pinpoint, P49.
Database. Amazon Aurora is a MySQL and PostgreSQL compatible relational database engine that combines the speed and availability of high-end commercial databases with the simplicity and cost-effectiveness of open-source databases. Amazon Aurora is up to 5 times faster than standard MySQL databases and 3 times faster than standard PostgreSQL databases. It provides the security, availability, and reliability of commercial databases at 1/10 the cost. Amazon Aurora is fully managed by Amazon Relational Database Service, RDS, which automates time-consuming administration tasks like hardware provisioning, database setup, patching, and backups. Amazon Aurora features a distributed, fault-tolerant, self-healing storage system that auto-scales up to 64 terabytes per database instance. It delivers high performance and availability with up to 15 low-latency read replicas, point-in-time recovery, continuous backup to Amazon S3, and replication across 3 availability zones, AZs. Amazon Relational Database Service Amazon RDS, makes it easy to set up, operate, and scale a relational database in the cloud. It provides cost-efficient and resizable capacity while automating time-consuming administration tasks such as hardware provisioning, database setup, patching and backups. It frees you to focus on your applications so you can give them the fast performance, high availability, security and compatibility they need. Amazon RDS is available on several database instance types, optimized for memory, performance or I/O, and provides you with 6 familiar database engines to choose from, including Amazon Aurora, PostgreSQL, MySQL, MariaDB, Oracle Database, and SQL Server. You can use the AWS Database Migration Service to easily migrate or replicate your existing databases to Amazon RDS. Amazon RDS on VMware Amazon Relational Database Service, Amazon RDS, on VMware lets you deploy managed databases in on-premises VMware environments using the Amazon RDS technology enjoyed by hundreds of thousands of AWS customers. Amazon RDS provides cost-efficient and resizable capacity while automating time-consuming administration tasks including hardware provisioning, database setup, patching, and backups, freeing you to focus on your applications. RDS on VMware brings these same benefits to your on-premises deployments, making it easy to set up, operate, and scale databases in VMware vSphere private data centers, or to migrate them to AWS. Amazon RDS on VMware allows you to utilize the same simple interface for managing databases in on-premises VMware environments as you would use in AWS. You can easily replicate RDS on VMware databases to RDS instances in AWS, enabling low-cost hybrid deployments for disaster recovery, read replica bursting, and optional long-term backup retention in Amazon Simple Storage Service, Amazon S3. Amazon DynamoDB is a key value and document database that delivers single-digit millisecond performance at any scale. It's a fully managed, multi-region, multi-master database with built-in security. Backup and restore, and in-memory caching for internet-scale applications. DynamoDB can handle more than 10 trillion requests per day and support peaks of more than 20 million requests per second. Many of the world's fastest-growing businesses such as Lyft, Airbnb, and Redfin as well as enterprises such as Samsung, Toyota, and Capital One depend on the scale and performance of DynamoDB to support their mission-critical workloads. More than 100,000 AWS customers have chosen DynamoDB as their key value and document database for mobile, web, gaming, ad tech, IoT, and other applications that need low-latency data access at any scale. Create a new table for your application and let DynamoDB handle the rest. Amazon Elasticache is a web service that makes it easy to deploy, operate, and scale an in-memory cache in the cloud. The service improves the performance of web applications by allowing you to retrieve information from fast, managed, in-memory caches, instead of relying entirely on slower disk-based databases. Amazon Elasticache supports 2 open-source in-memory caching engines. Redis, a fast, open-source, in-memory data store and cache. Amazon Elasticache for Redis is a Redis-compatible in-memory service that delivers the ease of use and power of Redis along with the availability, reliability, and performance suitable for the most demanding applications. Both single-node and up to 15 shard clusters are available, enabling scalability to up to 3.55 TB of in-memory data. Elasticache for Redis is fully managed, scalable, and secure. This makes it an ideal candidate to power high-performance use cases such as web, mobile apps, gaming, ad tech, and IoT. Memcached, a widely adopted memory object caching system. Elasticache for Memcached is protocol compliant with Memcached, so popular tools that you use today with existing Memcached environments will work seamlessly with the service. Amazon Neptune is a fast, reliable, fully managed graph database service that makes it easy to build and run applications that work with highly connected datasets. The core of Amazon Neptune is a purpose-built, high-performance graph database engine optimized for storing billions of relationships and querying the graph with milliseconds latency. Amazon Neptune supports popular graph models Property Graph and W3C's RDF, and their respective query languages Apache Tinker Pop Gremlin and Sparkle, allowing you to easily build queries that efficiently navigate highly connected datasets. Neptune powers graph use cases such as recommendation engines, fraud detection, knowledge graphs, drug discovery, and network security. Amazon Neptune is highly available, with read replicas, point-in-time recovery, continuous backup to Amazon S3, and replication across availability zones. Neptune is secure with support for encryption at rest. Neptune is fully managed, so you no longer need to worry about database management tasks such as hardware provisioning, software patching, setup, configuration, or backups. Amazon Quantum Ledger Database, QLDB. Amazon QLDB is a fully managed ledger database that provides a transparent, immutable, and cryptographically verifiable transaction log owned by a central trusted authority. Amazon QLDB tracks each and every application data change and maintains a complete and verifiable history of changes over time. Ledgers are typically used to record a history of economic and financial activity in an organization. Many organizations build applications with ledger-like functionality because they want to maintain an accurate. History of their application's data, for example, tracking the history of credits and debits in banking transactions, verifying the data lineage of an insurance claim, or tracing movement of an item in a supply chain network. Ledger applications are often implemented using custom audit tables or audit trails created in relational databases. However, building audit functionality with relational databases is time-consuming and prone to human error. It requires custom development, and since relational databases are not inherently immutable, any unintended changes to the data are hard to track and verify. Alternatively, blockchain frameworks, such as Hyperledger Fabric and Ethereum, can also be used as a ledger. However, this adds complexity as you need to set up an entire blockchain network with multiple nodes, manage its infrastructure, and require the nodes to validate each transaction before it can be added to the ledger. Amazon QLDB is a new class of database that eliminates the need to engage in the complex development effort of building your own ledger-like applications. With QLDB, your data's change history is immutable, it cannot be altered or deleted, and using cryptography, you can easily verify that there have been no unintended modifications to your application's data. QLDB uses an immutable transactional log, known as a journal, that tracks each application data change and maintains a complete and verifiable history of changes over time. QLDB is easy to use because it provides developers with a familiar SQL-like API, a flexible document data model, and full support for transactions. QLDB is also serverless, so it automatically scales to support the demands of your application. There are no servers to manage and no read or write limits to configure. With QLDB, you only pay for what you use. Amazon TimeStream is a fast, scalable, fully managed time series database service for IoT and operational applications that makes it easy to store and analyze trillions of events per day at 1/10 the cost of relational databases. Driven by the rise of IoT devices, IT systems, and smart industrial machines, time series data that measures how things change over time, is one of the fastest growing data types. Time series data has specific characteristics such as typically arriving in time order form, data is append only, and queries are always over a time interval. While relational databases can store this data, they are inefficient at processing this data as they lack optimizations such as storing and retrieving data by time intervals. TimeStream is a purpose-built time series database that efficiently stores and processes this data by time intervals. With TimeStream, you can easily store and analyze log data for DevOps, sensor data for IoT applications, and industrial telemetry data for equipment maintenance. As your data grows over time, TimeStream's adaptive query processing engine understands its location and format, making your data simpler and faster to analyze. TimeStream also automates rollups, retention tiering, and compression of data, so you can manage your data at the lowest possible cost. TimeStream is serverless, so there are no servers to manage. It manages time-consuming tasks such as server provisioning, software patching, setup, configuration, or data retention and tiering, freeing you to focus on building your applications. Amazon Document DB, with MongoDB compatibility. Amazon Document DB, with MongoDB compatibility is a fast, scalable, highly available, and fully managed document database service that supports MongoDB workloads. Amazon Document DB, with MongoDB compatibility, is designed from the ground up to give you the performance, scalability, and availability you need when operating mission-critical MongoDB workloads at scale. Amazon Document DB, with MongoDB compatibility, implements the Apache 2.0 open-source MongoDB 3.6 API by emulating the responses that a MongoDB client expects from a MongoDB server, allowing you to use your existing MongoDB drivers and tools with Amazon Document DB, with MongoDB compatibility. Desktop and app streaming topics. Amazon Workspaces. Amazon Workspaces is a fully managed, secure cloud desktop service. You can use Amazon Workspaces to provision either Windows or Linux desktops in just a few minutes and quickly scale to provide thousands of desktops to workers across the globe. You can pay either monthly or hourly just for the workspaces you launch, which helps you save money when compared to traditional desktops and on-premises VDI solutions. Amazon Workspaces helps you eliminate the complexity in managing hardware inventory, OS versions and patches, and virtual desktop infrastructure, VDI, which helps simplify your desktop delivery strategy. With Amazon Workspaces, your users get a fast, responsive desktop of their choice that they can access anywhere, anytime, from any supported device. Amazon AppStream 2.0. Amazon AppStream 2.0 is a fully managed application streaming service. You centrally manage your desktop applications on AppStream 2.0 and securely deliver them to any computer. You can easily scale to any number of users across the globe without acquiring, provisioning, and operating hardware or infrastructure. AppStream 2.0 is built on AWS, so you benefit from a data center and network architecture designed for the most security-sensitive organizations. Each user has a fluid and responsive experience with your applications, including GPU-intensive 3D design and engineering ones, because your applications run on virtual machines, VMs, optimized for specific use cases, and each streaming session automatically adjusts to network conditions. Enterprises can use AppStream 2.0 to simplify application delivery and complete their migration to the cloud. Educational institutions can provide every student access to the applications they need for class on any computer. Software vendors can use AppStream 2.0 to deliver trials, demos, and training for their applications with no downloads or installations. They can also develop a full software as a service, SaaS, solution without rewriting their application. Developer tools. AWS Code Commit. AWS Code Commit is a fully managed source control service that makes it easy for companies to host secure and highly scalable private Git repositories. AWS Code Commit eliminates the need to operate your own source control system or worry about scaling its infrastructure. You can use AWS Code Commit to securely store anything from source code to binaries, and it works seamlessly with your existing Git tools. Code Build. Code Build is a fully managed build service that compiles source code, runs tests, and produces software packages that are ready to deploy. With Code Build, you don't need to provision, manage, and scale your own build servers. Code Build scales continuously and processes multiple builds concurrently, so your builds are not left waiting in a queue. You can get started quickly by using prepackaged build environments, or you can create custom build environments that use your own build tools. Code Deploy. Code Deploy is a service that automates code deployments to any instance, including EC2 instances and instances running on premises. Code Deploy makes it easier for you to rapidly release new features, helps you avoid downtime during application deployment, and handles the complexity of updating your applications. You can use Code Deploy to automate software deployments, eliminating the need for error-prone manual operations. The service scales with your infrastructure so you can easily deploy to one instance or thousands. Code Pipeline is a fully managed continuous delivery service that helps you automate your release pipelines for fast and reliable application and infrastructure updates. Code Pipeline automates the build, test, and deploy phases of your release process every time there is a code change, based on the release model you define. This enables you to rapidly and reliably deliver features and updates. You can easily integrate Code Pipeline with third-party services such as GitHub or with your own custom plugin. With AWS Code Pipeline, you only pay for what you use. There are no upfront fees or long-term commitments. AWS Code Star enables you to quickly develop, build, and deploy applications on AWS. AWS Code Star provides a unified user interface, enabling you to easily manage your software development activities in one place. With AWS Code Star, you can set up your entire continuous delivery toolchain in minutes, allowing you to start releasing code faster. AWS Code Star makes it easy for your whole team to work together securely, allowing you to easily manage access and add owners, contributors, and viewers to your projects. Each AWS Code Star project comes with a project management dashboard, including an integrated issue tracking capability powered by Atlassian Jira software. With the AWS Code Star project dashboard, you can easily track progress across your entire software development process, from your backlog of work items to teams' recent code deployments. For more information, see AWS Code Star features. Amazon Corretto is a no-cost, multi-platform, production-ready distribution of the Open Java Development Kit, OpenJDK. Corretto comes with long-term support that will include performance enhancements and security fixes. Amazon runs Corretto internally on thousands of production services, and Corretto is certified as compatible with the Java SE standard. With Corretto, you can develop and run Java applications on popular operating systems, including Amazon Linux 2, Windows, and Mac OS. Amazon Corretto 8 is in preview. AWS Cloud 9 is a cloud-based integrated development environment, IDE, that lets you write, run, and debug your code with just a browser. It includes a code editor, debugger, and terminal. Cloud 9 comes pre-packaged with essential tools for popular programming languages, including JavaScript, Python, PHP. And more, so you don't need to install files or configure your development machine to start new projects. Since your Cloud 9 IDE is cloud-based, you can work on your projects from your office, home, or anywhere using an internet-connected machine. Cloud 9 also provides a seamless experience for developing serverless applications, enabling you to easily define resources, debug, and switch between local and remote execution of serverless applications. With Cloud 9, you can quickly share your development environment with your team, enabling you to pair program and track each other's inputs in real time. AWS X-Ray helps developers analyze and debug distributed applications in production or under development, such as those built using a microservices architecture. With X-Ray, you can understand how your application and its underlying services are performing, so you can identify and troubleshoot the root cause of performance issues and errors. X-Ray provides an end-to-end view of requests as they travel through your application, and shows a map of your application's underlying components. You can use X-Ray to analyze both applications in development and in production, from simple 3-tier applications to complex microservices applications consisting of thousands of services. GameTech Amazon Game Lift is a managed service for deploying, operating, and scaling dedicated game servers for session-based multiplayer games. Amazon Game Lift makes it easy to manage server infrastructure, scale capacity to lower latency and cost, match players into available game sessions, and defend from distributed denial of service, DDoS, attacks. You pay for the compute resources and bandwidth your games actually use, without monthly or annual contracts. Amazon Lumberyard is a free, cross-platform, 3D game engine for you to create the highest quality games, connect your games to the vast compute and storage of the AWS Cloud, and engage fans on Twitch. By starting game projects with Lumberyard, you can spend more of your time creating great gameplay and building communities of fans, and less time on the undifferentiated heavy lifting of building a game engine and managing server infrastructure. Internet of Things, IoT, AWS IoT Core. AWS IoT Core is a managed cloud service that lets connected devices easily and securely interact with cloud applications and other devices. AWS IoT Core can support billions of devices and trillions of messages, and can process and route those messages to AWS endpoints and to other devices reliably and securely. With AWS IoT Core, your applications can keep track of and communicate with all your devices, all the time, even when they aren't connected. AWS IoT Core makes it easy to use AWS services like AWS Lambda, Amazon Kinesis, Amazon S3, Amazon SageMaker, Amazon DynamoDB, Amazon CloudWatch, AWS CloudTrail, and Amazon QuickSight to build Internet of Things, IoT, applications that gather, process, analyze and act on data generated by connected devices, without having to manage any infrastructure. FreeRTOS. A FreeRTOS is an operating system for microcontrollers that makes small, low-power edge devices easy to program, deploy, secure, connect, and manage. FreeRTOS extends the FreeRTOS kernel, a popular open-source operating system for microcontrollers, with software libraries that make it easy to securely connect your small, low-power devices to AWS Cloud services like AWS IoT Core or to more powerful edge devices running AWS IoT Greengrass. A microcontroller, MCU, is a single chip containing a simple processor that can be found in many devices, including appliances, sensors, fitness trackers, industrial automation, and automobiles. Many of these small devices could benefit from connecting to the cloud or locally to other devices. For example, smart electricity meters need to connect to the cloud to report on usage, and building security systems need to communicate locally so that a door will unlock when you badge in. Microcontrollers have limited compute power and memory capacity and typically perform simple, functional tasks. Microcontrollers frequently run operating systems that do not have built-in functionality to connect to local networks or the cloud, making IoT applications a challenge. FreeRTOS helps solve this problem by providing both the core operating system, to run the edge device, as well as software libraries that make it easy to securely connect to the cloud, or other edge devices, so you can collect data from them for IoT applications and take action. AWS IoT Greengrass. AWS IoT Greengrass seamlessly extends AWS to devices so they can act locally on the data they generate, while still using the cloud for management, analytics, and durable storage. With AWS IoT Greengrass, connected devices can run AWS Lambda functions, execute predictions based on machine learning models, keep device data in sync, and communicate with other devices securely, even when not connected to the internet. With AWS IoT Greengrass, you can use familiar languages and programming models to create and test your device software in the cloud, and then deploy it to your devices. AWS IoT Greengrass can be programmed to filter device data and only transmit necessary information back to the cloud. You can also connect to third-party applications, on-premises software, and AWS services out of the box with AWS IoT Greengrass connectors. Connectors also jumpstart device onboarding with pre-built protocol adapter integrations and allow you to streamline authentication via integration with AWS Secrets Manager. AWS IoT One-Click. AWS IoT One-Click is a service that enables simple devices to trigger AWS Lambda functions that can execute an action. AWS IoT One-Click supported devices enable you to easily perform actions such as notifying technical support, tracking assets, and replenishing goods or services. AWS IoT One-Click supported devices are ready for use right out of the box and eliminate the need for writing your own firmware or configuring them for secure connectivity. AWS IoT One-Click supported devices can be easily managed. You can easily create device groups and associate them with a Lambda function that executes your desired action when triggered. You can also track device health and activity with the pre-built reports. AWS IoT Analytics. AWS IoT Analytics is a fully managed service that makes it easy to run and operationalize sophisticated analytics on massive volumes of IoT data without having to worry about the cost and complexity typically required to build an IoT analytics platform. It is the easiest way to run analytics on IoT data and get insights to make better and more accurate decisions for IoT applications and machine learning use cases. IoT data is highly unstructured, which makes it difficult to analyze with traditional analytics and business intelligence tools that are designed to process structured data. IoT data comes from devices that often record fairly noisy processes, such as temperature, motion, or sound. The data from these devices can frequently have significant gaps, corrupted messages, and false readings that must be cleaned up before analysis can occur. Also, IoT data is often only meaningful in the context of additional, third-party data inputs. For example, to help farmers determine when to water their crops, vineyard irrigation systems often enrich moisture sensor data with rainfall data from the vineyard, allowing for more efficient water usage while maximizing harvest yield. AWS IoT Analytics automates each of the difficult steps that are required to analyze data from IoT devices. AWS IoT Analytics filters, transforms, and enriches IoT data before storing it in a time series data store for analysis. You can set up the service to collect only the data you need from your devices, apply mathematical transforms to process the data, and enrich the data with device-specific metadata such as device type and location before storing the processed data. Then, you can analyze your data by running ad hoc or scheduled queries using the built-in SQL query engine, or perform more complex analytics and machine learning inference. AWS IoT Analytics makes it easy to get started with machine learning by including pre-built models for common IoT use cases. You can also use your own custom analysis, packaged in a container, to execute on AWS IoT Analytics. AWS IoT Analytics automates the execution of your custom analyses created in Jupyter Notebook or your own tools, such as MATLAB, Octave, etc., to be executed on your schedule. AWS IoT Analytics is a fully managed service that operationalizes, analyzes, and scales automatically to support up to petabytes of IoT data. With AWS IoT Analytics, you can analyze data from millions of devices and build fast, responsive IoT applications without managing hardware or infrastructure. AWS IoT Button. The AWS IoT Button is a programmable button based on the Amazon Dash button hardware. This simple Wi-Fi device is easy to configure, and it's designed for developers to get started with AWS IoT Core, AWS Lambda, Amazon DynamoDB, Amazon SNS, and many other Amazon Web Services without writing device-specific code. You can code the button's logic in the cloud to configure button clicks to count or track items, call or alert someone, start or stop something, order services, or even provide feedback. For example, you can click the button to unlock or start a car, open your garage door, call a cab, call your spouse or a customer service representative, track the use of common household chores, medications or products, or remotely control your home appliances. The button can be used as a remote control for Netflix, a switch for your Philips Hue light bulb, a check-in/checkout device for Airbnb guests, or a way to order your favorite pizza for delivery. You can integrate it with third-party APIs like Twitter, Facebook, Twilio, Slack, or even your own company's applications. Connect it to things we haven't even thought of yet. AWS IoT Device Defender. AWS IoT Device Defender is a fully managed service that helps you secure your fleet of IoT devices. AWS IoT Device Defender continuously audits your IoT configurations to make sure that they aren't deviating from security best practices. A configuration is a set of technical controls you set to help keep information secure when devices are communicating with each other in the cloud. AWS IoT Device Defender makes it easy to maintain and enforce IoT configurations, such as ensuring device identity, authenticating and authorizing devices, and encrypting device data. AWS IoT Device Defender continuously audits the IoT configurations on your devices against a set of predefined security best practices. AWS IoT Device Defender sends an alert if there are any gaps in your IoT configuration that might create a security risk, such as identity certificates being shared across multiple devices or a device with a revoked identity certificate trying to connect to AWS IoT Core. AWS IoT Device Defender also lets you continuously monitor security metrics from devices in AWS IoT Core for deviations from what you have defined as appropriate behavior for each device. If something doesn't look right, AWS IoT Device Defender sends out an alert so you can take action to remediate the issue. For example, traffic spikes in outbound traffic might indicate that a device is participating in a DDoS attack. AWS IoT Greengrass and FreeRTOS automatically integrate with AWS IoT Device Defender to provide security metrics from the devices for evaluation. AWS IoT Device Defender can send alerts to the AWS IoT Console, Amazon Cloud Watch, and Amazon SNS. If you determine that you need to take an action based on an alert, you can use AWS IoT Device Management to take mitigating actions such as pushing security fixes. AWS IoT Device Management, as many IoT deployments consist of hundreds of thousands to millions of devices, it is essential to track, monitor, and manage connected device fleets. You need to ensure your IoT devices work properly and securely after they have been deployed. You also need to secure access to your devices, monitor health, detect and remotely troubleshoot problems, and manage software and firmware updates. AWS IoT Device Management makes it easy to securely onboard, organize, monitor, and remotely manage IoT devices at scale. With AWS IoT Device Management, you can register your connected devices individually or in bulk, and easily manage permissions so that devices remain secure. You can also organize your devices, monitor and troubleshoot device functionality, query the state of any IoT device in your fleet, and send firmware updates over the air, OTA. AWS IoT Device Management is agnostic to device type and OS, so you can manage devices from constrained microcontrollers to connected cars all with the same service. AWS IoT Device Management allows you to scale your fleets and reduce the cost and effort of managing large and diverse IoT device deployments. AWS IoT Events AWS IoT Events is a fully managed IoT service that makes it easy to detect and respond to events from IoT sensors and applications. Events are patterns of data identifying more complicated circumstances than expected, such as changes in equipment when a belt is stuck or connected motion detectors using. Movement signals to activate lights and security cameras. To detect events before AWS IoT Events, you had to build costly, custom applications to collect data, apply decision logic to detect an event, and then trigger another application to react to the event. Using AWS IoT Events, it's simple to detect events across thousands of IoT sensors sending different telemetry data, such as temperature from a freezer, humidity from respiratory equipment, and belt speed on a motor, and hundreds of equipment management applications. You simply select the relevant data sources to ingest, define the logic for each event using simple if-then-else statements, and select the alert or custom action to trigger when an event occurs. AWS IoT Events continuously monitors data from multiple IoT sensors and applications, and it integrates with other services, such as AWS IoT Core and AWS IoT Analytics, to enable early detection and unique insights into events. AWS IoT Events automatically triggers alerts and actions in response to events based on the logic you define. This helps resolve issues quickly, reduce maintenance costs, and increase operational efficiency. AWS IoT Sitewise AWS IoT Sitewise is a managed service that makes it easy to collect, store, organize and monitor data from industrial equipment at scale to help you make better, data-driven decisions. You can use AWS IoT Sitewise to monitor operations across facilities, quickly compute common industrial performance metrics, and create applications that analyze industrial equipment data to prevent costly equipment issues and reduce gaps in production. This allows you to collect data consistently across devices, identify issues with remote monitoring more quickly, and improve multi-site processes with centralized data. Today, getting performance metrics from industrial equipment is challenging because data is often locked into proprietary on-premises data stores and typically requires specialized expertise to retrieve and place in a format that is useful for analysis. AWS IoT Sitewise simplifies this process by providing software running on a gateway that resides in your facilities and automates the process of collecting and organizing industrial equipment data. This gateway securely connects to your on-premises data servers, collects data, and sends the data to the AWS Cloud. AWS IoT Sitewise also provides interfaces for collecting data from modern industrial applications through MQTT messages or APIs. You can use AWS IoT Sitewise to model your physical assets, processes and facilities, quickly compute common industrial performance metrics, and create fully managed web applications to help analyze industrial equipment data, reduce costs and make faster decisions. With AWS IoT Sitewise, you can focus on understanding and optimizing your operations, rather than building costly in-house data collection and management applications. AWS IoT Things Graph AWS IoT Things Graph is a service that makes it easy to visually connect different devices and web services to build IoT applications. IoT applications are being built today using a variety of devices and web services to automate tasks for a wide range of use cases, such as smart homes, industrial automation, and energy management. Because there aren't any widely adopted standards, it's difficult today for developers to get devices from multiple manufacturers to connect to each other as well as with web services. This forces developers to write lots of code to wire together all of the devices and web services they need for their IoT application. AWS IoT Things Graph provides a visual drag and drop interface for connecting and coordinating devices and web services, so you can build IoT applications quickly. For example, in a commercial agriculture application, you can define interactions between humidity, temperature, and sprinkler sensors with weather data services in the cloud to automate watering. You represent devices and services using pre-built reusable components, called models, that hide low-level details, such as protocols and interfaces, and are easy to integrate to create sophisticated workflows. You can get started with AWS IoT Things Graph using these pre-built models for popular device types, such as switches and programmable logic controllers, PLCs, or create your own custom model using a GraphQL-based schema modeling language, and deploy your IoT application to AWS IoT Greengrass. Enable devices such as cameras, cable set-top boxes, or robotic arms in just a few clicks. IoT Greengrass is software that provides local compute and secure cloud connectivity so devices can respond quickly to local events even without internet connectivity, and runs on a huge range of devices from a Raspberry Pi to a server-level appliance. IoT Things Graph applications run on IoT Greengrass-enabled devices. AWS Partner Device Catalog. The AWS Partner Device Catalog helps you find devices and hardware to help you explore, build, and go to market with your IoT solutions. Search for and find hardware that works with AWS, including development kits and embedded systems to build new devices, as well as off-the-shelf devices such as gateways, edge servers, sensors, and cameras for immediate IoT project integration. The choice of AWS-enabled hardware from our curated catalog of devices from APN partners can help make the rollout of your IoT projects easier. All devices listed in the AWS Partner Device Catalog are also available for purchase from our partners to get you started quickly. Machine Learning SageMaker. SageMaker is a fully managed platform that enables developers and data scientists to quickly and easily build, train, and deploy machine learning models at any scale. SageMaker removes all the barriers that typically slow down developers who want to use machine learning. Machine learning often feels a lot harder than it should be to most developers because the process to build and train models, and then deploy them into production is too complicated and too slow. First, you need to collect and prepare your training data to discover which elements of your dataset are important. Then, you need to select which algorithm and framework you'll use. After deciding on your approach, you need to teach the model how to make predictions by training, which requires a lot of compute. Then, you need to tune the model so it delivers the best possible predictions, which is often a tedious and manual effort. After you've developed a fully trained model, you need to integrate the model with your application and deploy this application on infrastructure that will scale. All of this takes a lot of specialized expertise, access to large amounts of compute and storage, and a lot of time to experiment and optimize every part of the process. In the end, it's not a surprise that the whole thing feels out of reach for most developers. SageMaker removes the complexity that holds back developer success with each of these steps. SageMaker includes modules that can be used together or independently to build, train, and deploy your machine learning models. SageMaker Ground Truth. SageMaker Ground Truth helps you build highly accurate training datasets for machine learning quickly. SageMaker Ground Truth offers easy access to public and private human labelers and provides them with built-in workflows and interfaces for common labeling tasks. Additionally, SageMaker Ground Truth can lower your labeling cost by up to 70% using automatic labeling, which works by training ground truth from data labeled by humans so that the service learns to label data independently. Successful machine learning models are built on the shoulders of large volumes of high-quality training data. But, the process to create the training data necessary to build these models is often expensive, complicated, and time-consuming. The majority of models created today require a human to manually label data in a way that allows the model to learn how to make correct decisions. For example, building a computer vision system that is reliable enough to identify objects, such as traffic lights, stop signs, and pedestrians, requires thousands of hours of video recordings that consist of hundreds of millions of video frames. Each one of these frames needs all of the important elements like the road, other cars, and signage to be labeled by a human before any work can begin on the model you want to develop. Amazon SageMaker Ground Truth significantly reduces the time and effort required to create datasets for training to reduce costs. These savings are achieved by using machine learning to automatically label data. The model is able to get progressively better over time by continuously learning from labels created by human labelers. Where the labeling model has high confidence in its results based on what it has learned so far, it will automatically apply labels to the raw data. Where the labeling model has lower confidence in its results, it will pass the data to humans to do the labeling. The human-generated labels are provided back to the labeling model for it to learn from and improve. Over time, SageMaker Ground Truth can label more and more data automatically and substantially speed up the creation of training datasets. Amazon Comprehend is a natural language processing (NLP) service that uses machine learning to find insights and relationships in text. No machine learning experience required. There is a treasure trove of potential sitting in your unstructured data. Customer emails, support tickets, product reviews, social media, even advertising copy represents insights into customer sentiment that can be put to work for your business. The question is how to get at it. As it turns out, machine learning is particularly good at accurately identifying specific items of interest inside vast swathes of text, such as finding company names in analyst reports, and can learn the sentiment hidden inside language, identifying negative reviews, or positive customer interactions with customer service agents, at almost limitless scale. Amazon Comprehend uses machine learning to help you uncover the insights and relationships in your unstructured data. The service identifies the language of the text, extracts key phrases, places, people, brands, or events, understands how positive or negative the text is, analyzes text using tokenization and parts of speech, and automatically organizes a collection of text files by topic. You can also use AutoML capabilities in Amazon Comprehend to build a custom set of entities or text classification models that are tailored uniquely to your organization's needs. For extracting complex medical information from unstructured text, you can use Amazon Comprehend Medical. The service can identify medical information, such as medical conditions, medications, dosages, strengths, and frequencies from a variety of sources like doctor's notes, clinical trial reports, and patient health records. Amazon Comprehend Medical also identifies the relationship among the extracted medication and test, treatment and procedure information for easier analysis. For example, the service identifies a particular dosage, strength, and frequency related to a specific medication from unstructured clinical notes. Amazon Lex is a service for building conversational interfaces into any application using voice and text. Lex provides the advanced deep learning functionalities of automatic speech recognition, ASR, for converting speech to text, and natural language understanding, NLU, to recognize the intent of the text, to enable you to build applications with highly engaging user experiences and lifelike conversational interactions. With Amazon Lex, the same deep learning technologies that power Amazon Alexa are now available to any developer, enabling you to quickly and easily build sophisticated, natural language, conversational bots, chatbots. Speech recognition and natural language understanding are some of the most challenging problems to solve in computer science, requiring sophisticated deep learning algorithms to be trained on massive amounts of data and infrastructure. Amazon Lex democratizes these deep learning technologies by putting the power of Alexa within reach of all developers. Harnessing these technologies, Amazon Lex enables you to define entirely new categories of products made possible through conversational interfaces. Amazon Polly is a service that turns text into lifelike speech. Polly lets you create applications that talk, enabling you to build entirely new categories of speech-enabled products. Polly is an Amazon artificial intelligence, AI, service that uses advanced deep learning technologies to synthesize speech that sounds like a human voice. Polly includes 47 lifelike voices spread across 24 languages, so you can select the ideal voice and build speech-enabled applications that work in many different countries. Amazon Polly delivers the consistently fast response times required to support real-time, interactive dialogue. You can cache and save Polly's speech audio to replay offline or redistribute. And Polly is easy to use. You simply send the text you want converted into speech to the Polly API, and Polly immediately returns the audio stream to your application so your application can play it directly or store it in a standard audio file format, such as MP3. With Polly, you only pay for the number of characters you convert to speech, and you can save and replay Polly's generated speech. Polly's low cost per character converted, and lack of restrictions on storage and reuse of voice output, make it a cost-effective way to enable text-to-speech everywhere. Amazon Recognition is a service that makes it easy to add image analysis to your applications. With Recognition, you can detect objects, scenes, and faces in images. You can also search and compare faces. The Amazon Recognition API enables you to quickly add sophisticated deep learning-based visual search and image classification to your applications. Amazon Recognition is based on the same proven, highly scalable, deep learning technology developed by Amazon's computer vision scientists to analyze billions of images daily for prime photos. Amazon Recognition uses deep neural network models to detect and label thousands of objects and scenes in your images, and we are continually adding new labels and facial recognition features to the service. The Amazon Recognition API lets you easily build powerful visual search and discovery into your applications. With Amazon Recognition, you only pay for the images you analyze and the face metadata you store. There are no minimum fees, and there are no upfront commitments. Amazon Translate is a neural machine translation service that delivers fast, high-quality and affordable language translation. Neural machine translation is a form of language translation automation that uses deep learning models to deliver more accurate and more natural-sounding translation than traditional statistical and rule-based translation algorithms. Amazon Translate allows you to localize content, such as websites and applications, for international users, and to easily translate large volumes of text efficiently. Amazon Transcribe is an automatic speech recognition, ASR, service that makes it easy for developers to add speech-to-text capability to their applications. Using the Amazon Transcribe API, you can analyze audio files stored in Amazon S3 and have the service return a text file of the transcribed speech. You can also send a live audio stream to Amazon Transcribe and receive a stream of transcripts in real time. Amazon Transcribe can be used for lots of common applications, including the transcription of customer service calls and generating subtitles on audio and video content. The service can transcribe audio files stored in common formats, like WAV and MP3, with timestamps for every word so that you can easily locate the audio in the original source by searching for the text. Amazon Transcribe is continually learning and improving to keep pace with the evolution of language. Amazon Elastic Inference allows you to attach low-cost GPU-powered acceleration to Amazon EC2 and SageMaker instances to reduce the cost of running deep learning inference by up to 75%. Amazon Elastic Inference supports TensorFlow, Apache MXNet, and ONNX models, with more frameworks coming soon. In most deep learning applications, making predictions using a trained model, a process called inference, can drive as much as 90% of the compute costs of the application due to two factors. First, standalone GPU instances are designed for model training and are typically oversized for inference. While training jobs batch process hundreds of data samples in parallel, most inference happens on a single input in real time that consumes only a small amount of GPU compute. Even at peak load, a GPU's compute capacity may not be fully utilized, which is wasteful and costly. Second, different models need different amounts of GPU, CPU, and memory resources. Selecting a GPU instance type that is big enough to satisfy the requirements of the least used resource often results in underutilization of the other resources and high costs. Amazon Elastic Inference solves these problems by allowing you to attach just the right amount of GPU-powered inference acceleration to any EC2 or SageMaker instance type with no code changes. With Amazon Elastic Inference, you can now choose the instance type that is best suited to the overall CPU and memory needs of your application, and then separately configure the amount of inference acceleration that you need to use resources efficiently and to reduce the cost of running inference. Amazon Forecast is a fully managed service that uses machine learning to deliver highly accurate forecasts. Companies today use everything from simple spreadsheets to complex financial planning software to attempt to accurately forecast future business outcomes such as product demand, resource needs, or financial performance. These tools build forecasts by looking at a historical series of data, which is called time series data. For example, such tools may try to predict the future sales of a raincoat by looking only at its previous sales data with the underlying assumption that the future is determined by the past. This approach can struggle to produce accurate forecasts for large sets of data that have irregular trends. Also, it fails to easily combine data series that change over time, such as price, discounts, web traffic, and number of employees, with relevant independent variables like product features and store locations. Based on the same technology used at Amazon.com, Amazon Forecast uses machine learning to combine time series data with additional variables to build forecasts. Amazon Forecast requires no machine learning experience to get started. You only need to provide historical data, plus any additional data that you believe may impact your forecasts. For example, the demand for a particular color of a shirt may change with the seasons and store location. This complex relationship is hard to determine on its own, but machine learning is ideally suited to recognize it. Once you provide your data, Amazon Forecast will automatically examine it, identify what is meaningful, and produce a forecasting model capable of making predictions that are up to 50% more accurate than looking at time series data alone. Amazon Forecast is a fully managed service, so there are no servers to provision, and no machine learning models to build, train, or deploy. You pay only for what you use, and there are no minimum fees and no upfront commitments. Amazon Textract is a service that automatically extracts text and data from scanned documents. Amazon Textract goes beyond simple optical character recognition, OCR, to also identify the contents of fields in forms and information stored in tables. Many companies today extract data from documents and forms through manual data entry that's slow and expensive or through simple optical character recognition, OCR, software that is difficult to customize. Rules and workflows for each document and form often need to be hard-coded and updated with each change to the form or when dealing with multiple forms. If the form deviates from the rules, the output is often scrambled and unusable. Amazon Textract overcomes these challenges by using machine learning to instantly read virtually any type of document to accurately extract text and data without the need for any manual effort or custom code. With Textract you can quickly automate document workflows, enabling you to process millions of document pages in hours. Once the information is captured, you can take action on it within your business applications to initiate next steps for a loan application or medical claims processing. Additionally, you can create smart search indexes, build automated approval workflows, and better maintain compliance with document archival rules by flagging data that may require redaction. Amazon Personalize is a machine learning service that makes it easy for developers to create individualized recommendations for customers using their applications. Machine learning is being increasingly used to improve customer engagement by powering personalized product and content recommendations, tailored search results, and targeted marketing promotions. However, developing the machine learning capabilities necessary to produce these sophisticated recommendation systems has been beyond the reach of most organizations today due to the complexity of developing machine learning functionality. Amazon Personalize allows developers with no prior machine learning experience to easily build sophisticated personalization capabilities into their applications, using machine learning technology perfected from years of use on Amazon.com. With Amazon Personalize, you provide an activity stream from your application, page views, signups, purchases, and so forth, as well as an inventory of the items you want to recommend, such as articles, products, videos, or music. You can also choose to provide Amazon Personalize with additional demographic information from your users such as age or geographic location. Amazon Personalize will process and examine the data, identify what is meaningful, select the right algorithms, and train and optimize a personalization model that is customized for your data. All data analyzed by Amazon Personalize is kept private and secure, and only used for your customized recommendations. You can start serving your personalized predictions via a simple API call from inside the virtual private cloud that the service maintains. You pay only for what you use, and there are no minimum fees and no upfront commitments. Amazon Personalize is like having your own Amazon.com machine learning personalization team at your disposal, 24 hours a day. Amazon Deep Learning AMIs. The Amazon Deep Learning AMIs provide machine learning practitioners and researchers with the infrastructure and tools to accelerate deep learning in the cloud, at any scale. You can quickly launch Amazon EC2 instances pre-installed with popular deep learning frameworks such as Apache MXNet and Gluon, TensorFlow, Microsoft Cognitive Toolkit, Caffe, Caffe2, Theno, Torch, PyTorch, Chainer, and Keras to train sophisticated, custom AI models, experiment with new algorithms, or to learn new skills and techniques. AWS Deep Lens. AWS Deep Lens helps put deep learning in the hands of developers, literally with a fully programmable video camera, tutorials, code, and pre-trained models designed to expand deep learning skills. AWS Deep Racer. AWS Deep Racer is a 1/18th scale race car which gives you an interesting and fun way to get started with reinforcement learning, RL. RL is an advanced machine learning, ML, technique which takes a very different approach to training models than other machine learning methods. Its superpower is that it learns very complex behaviors without requiring any labeled training data, and can make short-term decisions while optimizing for a longer-term goal. With AWS Deep Racer, you now have a way to get hands-on with RL, experiment, and learn through autonomous driving. You can get started with the virtual car and tracks in the cloud-based 3D racing simulator, and for a real-world experience, you can deploy your trained models onto AWS Deep Racer and race your friends, or take part in the global AWS Deep Racer League. Developers, the race is on. Apache MXNet on AWS. Apache MXNet on AWS is a fast and scalable training and inference framework with an easy-to-use, concise API for machine learning. MXNet includes the Gluon interface that allows developers of all skill levels to get started with deep learning on the cloud, on edge devices, and on mobile apps. In just a few lines of Gluon code, you can build linear regression, convolutional networks, and recurrent LSTMs for object detection, speech recognition, recommendation, and personalization. You can get started with MXNet on AWS with a fully managed experience using SageMaker, a platform to build, train, and deploy machine learning models at scale. Or, you can use the AWS Deep Learning AMIs to build custom environments and workflows with MXNet as well as other frameworks including TensorFlow, PyTorch, Chainer, Keras, Caffe, Caffe2, and Microsoft Cognitive Toolkit. TensorFlow on AWS. TensorFlow enables developers to quickly and easily get started with deep learning in the cloud. The framework has broad support in the industry and has become a popular choice for deep learning research and application development, particularly in areas such as computer vision, natural language understanding, and speech translation. You can get started on AWS with a fully managed TensorFlow experience with SageMaker, a platform to build, train, and deploy machine learning models at scale. Or, you can use the AWS Deep Learning AMIs to build custom environments and workflows with TensorFlow and other popular frameworks including Apache MXNet, PyTorch, Caffe, Caffe2, Chainer, Gluon, Keras, and Microsoft Cognitive Toolkit. AWS Inferentia. AWS Inferentia is a machine learning inference chip designed to deliver high performance at low cost. AWS Inferentia will support the TensorFlow, Apache MXNet, and PyTorch deep learning frameworks, as well as models that use the ONNX format. Making predictions using a trained machine learning model, a process called inference, can drive as much as 90% of the compute costs of the application. Using Amazon Elastic Inference, developers can reduce inference cost by up to 75% by attaching GPU-powered inference acceleration to Amazon EC2 and SageMaker instances. However, some inference workloads require an entire GPU or have extremely low latency requirements. Solving this challenge at low cost requires a dedicated inference chip. AWS Inferentia provides high throughput, low latency inference performance at an extremely low cost. Each chip provides hundreds of TOPS, tera operations per second, of inference throughput to allow complex models to make fast predictions. For even more performance, multiple AWS Inferentia chips can be used together to drive thousands of TOPS of throughput. AWS Inferentia will be available for use with SageMaker, Amazon EC2, and Amazon Elastic Inference. Management and governance. Amazon CloudWatch. Amazon CloudWatch is a monitoring and management service built for developers, system operators, site reliability engineers, SRE, and IT managers. CloudWatch provides you with data and actionable insights to monitor your applications, understand and respond to system-wide performance changes, optimize resource utilization, and get a unified view of operational health. CloudWatch collects monitoring and operational data in the form of logs, metrics, and events, providing you with a unified view of AWS resources, applications and services that run on AWS, and on-premises servers. You can use CloudWatch to set high-resolution alarms, visualize logs and metrics side by side, take automated actions, troubleshoot issues, and discover insights to optimize your applications, and ensure they are running smoothly. AWS Autoscaling. AWS Autoscaling monitors your applications and automatically adjusts capacity to maintain steady, predictable performance at the lowest possible cost. Using AWS Autoscaling, it's easy to set up application scaling for multiple resources across multiple services in minutes. The service provides a simple, powerful user interface that lets you build scaling plans for resources including Amazon EC2 instances and spot fleets, Amazon ECS tasks, Amazon DynamoDB tables and indexes, and Amazon Aurora replicas. AWS Autoscaling makes scaling simple with recommendations that allow you to optimize performance, costs, or balance between them. If you're already using Amazon EC2 Autoscaling to dynamically scale your Amazon EC2 instances, you can now combine it with AWS Autoscaling to scale additional resources for other AWS services. With AWS Autoscaling, your applications always have the right resources at the right time. AWS Control Tower. AWS Control Tower automates the setup of a baseline environment, or landing zone, that is a secure, well-architected multi-account AWS environment. The configuration of the landing zone is based on best practices that have been established by working with thousands of enterprise customers to create a secure environment that makes it easier to govern AWS workloads with rules for security, operations, and compliance. As enterprises migrate to AWS, they typically have a large number of applications and distributed teams. They often want to create multiple accounts to allow their teams to work independently, while still maintaining a consistent level of security and compliance. In addition, they use AWS's management and security services, like AWS Organizations, AWS Service Catalog and AWS Config, that provide very granular controls over their workloads. They want to maintain this control, but they also want a way to centrally govern and enforce the best use of AWS services across all the accounts in their environment. Control Tower automates the setup of their landing zone and configures AWS management and security services based on established best practices in a secure, compliant, multi-account environment. Distributed teams are able to provision new AWS accounts quickly, while central teams have the peace of mind knowing that new accounts are aligned with centrally established, company-wide compliance policies. This gives you control over your environment, without sacrificing the speed and agility AWS provides your development teams. AWS Systems Manager. AWS Systems Manager gives you visibility and control of your infrastructure on AWS. Systems Manager provides a unified user interface so you can view operational data from multiple AWS services, and allows you to automate operational tasks across your AWS resources. With Systems Manager, you can group resources, like Amazon EC2 instances, Amazon S3 buckets, or Amazon RDS instances, by application, view operational data for monitoring and troubleshooting, and take action on your groups of resources. Systems Manager simplifies resource and application management, shortens the time to detect and resolve operational problems, and makes it easy to operate and manage your infrastructure securely at scale. AWS Systems Manager contains the following tools. Resource Groups lets you create a logical group of resources associated with a particular workload, such as different layers of an application stack, or production versus development environments. For example, you can group different layers of an application, such as the front-end web layer and the back-end data layer. Resource groups can be created, updated, or removed programmatically through the API. Insights Dashboard displays operational data that the AWS Systems Manager automatically aggregates for each resource group. Systems Manager eliminates the need for you to navigate across multiple AWS consoles to view your operational data. With Systems Manager you can view API call logs from AWS CloudTrail, resource configuration changes from AWS config, software inventory, and patch compliance status by resource group. You can also easily integrate your Amazon Cloud Watch dashboards, AWS Trusted Advisor notifications, and AWS Personal Health Dashboard performance and availability alerts into your Systems Manager dashboard. Systems Manager centralizes all relevant operational data, so you can have a clear view of your infrastructure compliance and performance. Run Command provides a simple way of automating common administrative tasks like remotely executing shell scripts or PowerShell commands, installing software updates, or making changes to the configuration of OS, software, EC2 and instances and servers in your on-premises data center. State Manager helps you define and maintain consistent OS configurations such as firewall settings and anti-malware definitions to comply with your policies. You can monitor the configuration of a large set of instances, specify a configuration policy for the instances, and automatically apply updates or configuration changes. Inventory helps you collect and query configuration and inventory information about your instances and the software installed on them. You can gather details about your instances such as installed applications, DHCP settings, agent detail, and custom items. You can run queries to track and audit your system configurations. Maintenance Window lets you define a recurring window of time to run administrative and maintenance tasks across your instances. This ensures that installing patches and updates, or making other configuration changes does not disrupt business-critical operations. This helps improve your application availability. Patch Manager helps you select and deploy operating system and software patches automatically across large groups of instances. You can define a maintenance window so that patches are applied only during set times that fit your needs. These capabilities help ensure that your software is always up to date and meets your compliance policies. Automation simplifies common maintenance and deployment tasks, such as updating Amazon Machine Images, AMIs. Use the automation feature to apply patches, update drivers and agents, or bake applications into your AMI using a streamlined, repeatable, and auditable process. Parameter Store provides an encrypted location to store important administrative information such as passwords and database strings. The Parameter Store integrates with AWS KMS to make it easy to encrypt the information you keep in the Parameter Store. Distributor helps you securely distribute and install software packages, such as software agents. Systems Manager Distributor allows you to centrally store and systematically distribute software packages while you maintain control over versioning. You can use Distributor to create and distribute software packages and then install them using Systems Manager Run Command and State Manager. Distributor can also use AWS Identity and Access Management, IAM, policies to control who can create or update packages in your account. You can use the existing IAM policy support for Systems Manager Run Command and State Manager to define who can install packages on your hosts. Session Manager provides a browser-based interactive shell and CLI for managing Windows and Linux EC2 instances, without the need to open inbound ports, manage SSH keys, or use bastion hosts. Administrators can grant and revoke access to instances through a central location by using AWS Identity and Access Management, IAM, policies. This allows you to control which users can access each instance, including the option to provide non-root access to specified users. Once access is provided, you can audit which user accessed an instance and log each command to Amazon S3 or Amazon Cloud Watch logs using AWS Cloud Trail. AWS Cloud Formation gives developers and systems administrators an easy way to create and manage a collection of related AWS resources, provisioning and updating them in an orderly and predictable fashion. You can use the AWS Cloud Formation sample templates or create your own templates to describe your AWS resources, and any associated dependencies or runtime parameters required to run your application. You don't need to figure out the order for provisioning AWS services or the subtleties of making those dependencies work. CloudFormation takes care of this for you. After the AWS resources are deployed, you can modify and update them in a controlled and predictable way, in effect applying version control to your AWS infrastructure the same way you do with your software. You can also visualize your templates as diagrams and edit them using a drag and drop interface with the AWS Cloud Formation Designer. AWS Cloud Trail is a web service that records AWS API calls for your account and delivers log files to you. The recorded information includes the identity of the API caller, the time of the API call, the source IP address of the API caller, the request parameters, and the response elements returned by the AWS service.
With CloudTrail, you can get a history of AWS API calls for your account, including API calls made using the AWS Management Console, AWS SDKs, command line tools, and higher-level AWS services, such as AWS Cloud Formation, P42.
The AWS API call history produced by CloudTrail enables security analysis, resource change tracking, and compliance auditing. AWS Config is a fully managed service that provides you with an AWS resource inventory, configuration history, and configuration change notifications to enable security and governance. The config rules feature enables you to create rules that automatically check the configuration of AWS resources recorded by AWS Config. With AWS Config, you can discover existing and deleted AWS resources, determine your overall compliance against rules, and dive into configuration details of a resource at any point in time. These capabilities enable compliance auditing, security analysis, resource change tracking, and troubleshooting. AWS Ops Works is a configuration management service that provides managed instances of Chef and Puppet. Chef and Puppet are automation platforms that allow you to use code to automate the configurations of your servers. OpsWorks lets you use Chef and Puppet to automate how servers are configured, deployed, and managed across your Amazon EC2 instances or on-premises compute environments. OpsWorks has three offerings: AWS OpsWorks for Chef Automate, AWS OpsWorks for Puppet Enterprise, and AWS OpsWorks Stacks. AWS Service Catalog allows organizations to create and manage catalogs of IT services that are approved for use on AWS. These IT services can include everything from virtual machine images, servers, software, and databases to complete multi-tier application architectures. AWS Service Catalog allows you to centrally manage commonly deployed IT services and helps you achieve consistent governance and meet your compliance requirements, while enabling users to quickly deploy only the approved IT services they need. AWS Trusted Advisor is an online resource to help you reduce cost, increase performance, and improve security by optimizing your AWS environment. Trusted Advisor provides real-time guidance to help you provision your resources following AWS best practices. AWS Personal Health Dashboard provides alerts and remediation guidance when AWS is experiencing events that might affect you. While the Service Health Dashboard displays the general status of AWS services, Personal Health Dashboard gives you a personalized view into the performance and availability of the AWS services underlying your AWS resources. The dashboard displays relevant and timely information to help you manage events in progress, and provides proactive notification to help you plan for scheduled activities. With Personal Health Dashboard, alerts are automatically triggered by changes in the health of AWS resources, giving you event visibility and guidance to help quickly diagnose and resolve issues. AWS Managed Services provides ongoing management of your AWS infrastructure so you can focus on your applications. By implementing best practices to maintain your infrastructure, AWS Managed Services helps to reduce your operational overhead and risk. AWS Managed Services automates common activities such as change requests, monitoring, patch management, security, and backup services, and provides full lifecycle services to provision, run, and support your infrastructure. Our rigor and controls help to enforce your corporate and security infrastructure policies, and enables you to develop solutions and applications using your preferred development approach. AWS Managed Services improves agility, reduces cost, and unburdens you from infrastructure operations so you can direct resources toward differentiating your business. AWS Console Mobile Application. The AWS Console Mobile Application lets customers view and manage a select set of resources to support incident response while on the go. The Console Mobile Application allows AWS customers to monitor resources through a dedicated dashboard and view configuration details, metrics, and alarms for select AWS services. The dashboard provides permitted users with a single view of resources status, with real-time data on Amazon CloudWatch, Personal Health Dashboard, and AWS billing and cost management. Customers can view ongoing issues and follow through to the relevant Cloud Watch alarm screen for a detailed view with graphs and configuration options. In addition, customers can check on the status of specific AWS services, view detailed resource screens, and perform select actions. AWS License Manager AWS License Manager makes it easier to manage licenses in AWS and on-premises servers from software vendors such as Microsoft, SAP, Oracle, and IBM. AWS License Manager lets administrators create customized licensing rules that emulate the terms of their licensing agreements, and then enforces these rules when an instance of Amazon EC2 gets launched. Administrators can use these rules to limit licensing violations, such as using more licenses than an agreement stipulates or reassigning licenses to different servers on a short-term basis. The rules in AWS License Manager enable you to limit a licensing breach by physically stopping the instance from launching or by notifying administrators about the infringement. Administrators gain control and visibility of all their licenses with the AWS License Manager dashboard and reduce the risk of noncompliance, misreporting, and additional costs due to licensing overages. AWS License Manager integrates with AWS services to simplify the management of licenses across multiple AWS accounts, IT catalogs, and on-premises, through a single AWS account. License administrators can add rules in AWS Service Catalog, which allows them to create and manage catalogs of IT services that are approved for use on all their AWS accounts. Through seamless integration with AWS Systems Manager and AWS organizations, administrators can manage licenses across all the AWS accounts in an organization and on-premises environments. AWS Marketplace buyers can also use AWS License Manager to track Bring Your Own License, BYOL, software obtained from the marketplace and keep a consolidated view of all their licenses. AWS Well-Architected Tool The AWS Well-Architected Tool helps you review the state of your workloads and compares them to the latest AWS architectural best practices. The tool is based on the AWS Well-Architected framework, developed to help cloud architects build secure, high-performing, resilient, and efficient application infrastructure. This framework provides a consistent approach for customers and partners to evaluate architectures, has been used in tens of thousands of workload reviews conducted by the AWS Solutions Architecture team, and provides guidance to help implement designs that scale with application needs over time. To use this free tool, available in the AWS Management Console, just define your workload and answer a set of questions regarding operational excellence, security, reliability, performance efficiency, and cost optimization. The AWS Well-Architected tool then provides a plan on how to architect for the cloud using established best practices. Media Services Amazon Elastic Transcoder Amazon Elastic Transcoder is media transcoding in the cloud. It is designed to be a highly scalable, easy to use, and cost-effective way for developers and businesses to convert, or transcode, media files from their source format into versions that will play back on devices like smartphones, tablets, and PCs. AWS Elemental Media Connect AWS Elemental Media Connect is a high-quality transport service for live video. Today, broadcasters and content owners rely on satellite networks or fiber connections to send their high-value content into the cloud or to transmit it to partners for distribution. Both satellite and fiber approaches are expensive, require long lead times to set up, and lack the flexibility to adapt to changing requirements. To be more nimble, some customers have tried to use solutions that transmit live video on top of IP infrastructure, but have struggled with reliability and security. Now you can get the reliability and security of satellite and fiber combined with the flexibility, agility, and economics of IP-based networks using AWS Elemental Media Connect. Media Connect enables you to build mission-critical live video workflows in a fraction of the time and cost of satellite or fiber services. You can use Media Connect to ingest live video from a remote event site, like a stadium, share video with a partner, like a cable TV distributor, or replicate a video stream for processing, like an over-the-top service. Media Connect combines reliable video transport, highly secure stream sharing, and real-time network traffic and video monitoring that allow you to focus on your content, not your transport infrastructure. AWS Elemental Media Convert. AWS Elemental Media Convert is a file-based video transcoding service with broadcast-grade features. It allows you to easily create video on demand (VOD) content for broadcast and multi-screen delivery at scale. The service combines advanced video and audio capabilities with a simple web services interface and pay-as-you-go pricing. With AWS Elemental Media Convert, you can focus on delivering compelling media experiences without having to worry about the complexity of building and operating your own video processing infrastructure. AWS Elemental Media Live. AWS Elemental Media Live is a broadcast-grade live video processing service. It lets you create high-quality video streams for delivery to broadcast televisions and internet-connected multi-screen devices, like connected TVs, tablets, smartphones, and set-top boxes. The service works by encoding your live video streams in real time, taking a larger-sized live video source and compressing it into smaller versions for distribution to your viewers. With AWS Elemental Media Live, you can easily set up streams for both live events and 24/7 channels with advanced broadcasting features, high availability, and pay-as-you-go pricing. AWS Elemental Media Live lets you focus on creating compelling live video experiences for your viewers without the complexity of building and operating broadcast-grade video processing infrastructure. AWS Elemental Media Package. AWS Elemental Media Package reliably prepares and protects your video for delivery over the internet. From a single video input, AWS Elemental Media Package creates video streams formatted to play on connected TVs, mobile phones, computers, tablets, and game consoles. It makes it easy to implement popular video features for viewers, start over, pause, rewind, etc., like those commonly found on DVRs. AWS Elemental Media Package can also protect your content using digital rights management, DRM. AWS Elemental Media Package scales automatically in response to load, so your viewers will always get a great experience without you having to accurately predict in advance the capacity you'll need. AWS Elemental Media Store. AWS Elemental Media Store is an AWS storage service optimized for media. It gives you the performance, consistency, and low latency required to deliver live streaming video content. AWS Elemental Media Store acts as the origin store in your video workflow. Its high-performance capabilities meet the needs of the most demanding media delivery workloads, combined with long-term, cost-effective storage. AWS Elemental Media Tailor. AWS Elemental Media Tailor lets video providers insert individually targeted advertising into their video streams without sacrificing broadcast-level quality of service. With AWS Elemental Media Tailor, viewers of your live or on-demand video each receive a stream that combines your content with ads personalized. To them. But unlike other personalized ad solutions, with AWS Elemental Media Tailor your entire stream, video and ads, is delivered with broadcast-grade video quality to improve the experience for your viewers. AWS Elemental Media Tailor delivers automated reporting based on both client and server-side ad delivery metrics, making it easy to accurately measure ad impressions and viewer behavior. You can easily monetize unexpected high-demand viewing events with no upfront costs using AWS Elemental Media Tailor. It also improves ad delivery rates, helping you make more money from every video, and it works with a wider variety of content delivery networks, ad decision servers, and client devices.
See also Amazon Kinesis Video Streams, p. 12, Migration and Transfer. AWS Migration Hub. AWS Migration Hub provides a single location to track the progress of application migrations across multiple AWS and partner solutions.
Using Migration Hub allows you to choose the AWS and partner migration tools that best fit your needs, while providing visibility into the status of migrations across your portfolio of applications. Migration Hub also provides key metrics and progress for individual applications, regardless of which tools are being used to migrate them. For example, you might use AWS Database Migration Service, AWS Server Migration Service, and partner migration tools such as Atadata AT Emotion, Cloud Endure Live Migration, or River Meadow Server Migration SaaS to migrate an application comprised of a database, virtualized web servers, and a bare metal server. Using Migration Hub, you can view the migration progress of all the resources in the application. This allows you to quickly get progress updates across all of your migrations, easily identify and troubleshoot any issues, and reduce the overall time and effort spent on your migration projects. AWS Application Discovery Service. AWS Application Discovery Service helps enterprise customers plan migration projects by gathering information about their on-premises data centers. Planning data center migrations can involve thousands of workloads that are often deeply interdependent. Server utilization data and dependency mapping are important early first steps in the migration process. AWS Application Discovery Service collects and presents configuration, usage, and behavior data from your servers to help you better understand your workloads. The collected data is retained in encrypted format in an AWS Application Discovery Service data store. You can export this data as a CSV file and use it to estimate the total cost of ownership, TCO, of running on AWS and to plan your migration to AWS. In addition, this data is also available in AWS Migration Hub, where you can migrate the discovered servers and track their progress as they get migrated to AWS. AWS Database Migration Service. AWS Database Migration Service helps you migrate databases to AWS easily and securely. The source database remains fully operational during the migration, minimizing downtime to applications that rely on the database. The AWS Database Migration Service can migrate your data to and from most widely used commercial and open source databases. The service supports homogeneous migrations such as Oracle to Oracle, as well as heterogeneous migrations between different database platforms, such as Oracle to Amazon Aurora or Microsoft SQL Server to MySQL. It also allows you to stream data to Amazon Redshift from any of the supported sources including Amazon Aurora, PostgreSQL, MySQL, MariaDB, Oracle, SAP OSA, and SQL Server, enabling consolidation and easy analysis of data in the petabyte-scale data warehouse. AWS Database Migration Service can also be used for continuous data replication with high availability. AWS Server Migration Service. AWS Server Migration Service, SMS, is an agentless service which makes it easier and faster for you to migrate thousands of on-premises workloads to AWS. AWS SMS allows you to automate, schedule, and track incremental replications of live server volumes, making it easier for you to coordinate large-scale server migrations. AWS Snowball. AWS Snowball is a petabyte-scale data transport solution that uses secure appliances to transfer large amounts of data into and out of AWS. The use of Snowball addresses common challenges with large-scale data transfers including high network costs, long transfer times, and security concerns. Transferring data with Snowball is simple, fast, secure, and can be as little as 1/5 the cost of high-speed internet. With Snowball, you don't need to write any code or purchase any hardware to transfer your data. Simply create a job in the AWS Management Console and a Snowball appliance will be automatically shipped to you. Once it arrives, attach the appliance to your local network, download and run the Snowball client to establish a connection, and then use the client to select the file directories that you want to transfer to the appliance. The client will then encrypt and transfer the files to the appliance at high speed.
Once the transfer is complete and the appliance is ready to be returned, the e-ink shipping label will automatically update and you can track the job status using the Amazon Simple Notification Service, SNS, P15, text messages, or directly in the console.
Snowball uses multiple layers of security designed to protect your data including tamper-resistant enclosures, 256-bit encryption, and an industry-standard Trusted Platform Module, TPM, designed to ensure both security and full chain of custody of your data. Once the data transfer job has been processed and verified, AWS performs a software erasure of the Snowball appliance. AWS Snowball Edge. AWS Snowball Edge is a data migration and edge computing device that comes in two options. Snowball Edge Storage Optimized provides 100 terabytes of capacity and 24 FPS and is well suited for local storage and large-scale data transfer. Snowball Edge Compute Optimized provides 52 FPS and an optional GPU for use cases such as advanced machine learning and full-motion video analysis in disconnected environments. Customers can use these two options for data collection, machine learning and processing, and storage in environments with intermittent connectivity, such as manufacturing, industrial, and transportation, or in extremely remote locations, such as military or maritime operations, before shipping it back to AWS. These devices may also be rack-mounted and clustered together to build larger, temporary installations. Snowball Edge supports specific Amazon EC2 instance types as well as AWS Lambda functions, So customers may develop and test in AWS, then deploy applications on devices in remote locations too. Collect, pre-process, and return the data. Common use cases include data migration, data transport, image collation, IoT sensor stream capture, and machine learning. AWS Snowmobile is an exabyte-scale data transfer service used to move extremely large amounts of data to AWS. You can transfer up to 100 petabytes per Snowmobile, a 45-foot-long ruggedized shipping container, pulled by a semi-trailer truck. Snowmobile makes it easy to move massive volumes of data to the cloud, including video libraries, image repositories, or even a complete data center migration. Transferring data with Snowmobile is secure, fast, and cost-effective. After an initial assessment, a Snowmobile will be transported to your data center, and AWS personnel will configure it for you so it can be accessed as a network storage target. When your Snowmobile is on site, AWS personnel will work with your team to connect a removable, high-speed network switch from the Snowmobile to your local network. Then you can begin your high-speed data transfer from any number of sources within your data center to the Snowmobile. After your data is loaded, the Snowmobile is driven back to AWS where your data is imported into Amazon S3 or S3 Glacier. AWS Snowmobile uses multiple layers of security designed to protect your data, including dedicated security personnel, GPS tracking, alarm monitoring, 24/7 video surveillance, and an optional escort security vehicle while in transit.
All data is encrypted with 256-bit encryption keys managed through AWS KMS, P58, and designed to ensure both security and full chain of custody of your data.
AWS Data Sync AWS Data Sync is a data transfer service that makes it easy for you to automate moving data between on-premises storage and Amazon S3 or Amazon Elastic File System, Amazon EFS. Data Sync automatically handles many of the tasks related to data transfers that can slow down migrations or burden your IT operations, including running your own instances, handling encryption, managing scripts, network optimization, and data integrity validation. You can use Data Sync to transfer data at speeds up to 10 times faster than open source tools. Data Sync uses an on-premises software agent to connect to your existing storage or file systems using the Network File System (NFS) protocol, so you don't have to write scripts or modify your applications to work with AWS APIs. You can use Data Sync to copy data over AWS Direct Connect or Internet links to AWS. The service enables one-time data migrations, recurring data processing workflows, and automated replication for data protection and recovery. Getting started with Data Sync is easy. Deploy the Data Sync agent on premises, connect it to a file system or storage array, select Amazon EFS or S3 as your AWS storage, and start moving data. You pay only for the data you copy. AWS Transfer for SFTP AWS Transfer for SFTP is a fully managed service that enables the transfer of files directly into and out of Amazon S3 using the Secure File Transfer Protocol, SFTP also known as Secure Shell, SSH, File Transfer Protocol. AWS helps you seamlessly migrate your file transfer workflows to AWS Transfer for SFTP, by integrating with existing authentication systems, and providing DNS routing with Amazon Route 53 so nothing changes for your customers and partners, or their applications. With your data in S3, you can use it with AWS services for processing, analytics, machine learning, and archiving. Getting started with AWS Transfer for SFTP, AWS SFTP is easy, there is no infrastructure to buy and set up. Mobile services. AWS Amplify makes it easy to create, configure, and implement scalable mobile applications powered by AWS. Amplify seamlessly provisions and manages your mobile backend and provides a simple framework to easily integrate your backend with your iOS, Android, web, and React Native frontends. Amplify also automates the application release process of both your frontend and backend, allowing you to deliver features faster. Mobile applications require cloud services for actions that can't be done directly on the device, such as offline data synchronization, storage, or data sharing across multiple users. You often have to configure, set up, and manage multiple services to power the backend. You also have to integrate each of those services into your application by writing multiple lines of code. However, as the number of application features grow, your code and release process becomes more complex and managing the backend requires more time. Amplify provisions and manages backends for your mobile applications. You just select the capabilities you need, such as authentication, analytics, or offline data sync, and Amplify will automatically provision and manage the AWS service that powers each of the capabilities. You can then integrate those capabilities into your application through the Amplify libraries and UI components. Amazon Cognito lets you add user sign-up, sign-in, and access control to your web and mobile apps quickly and easily. With Amazon Cognito, you also have the option to authenticate users through social identity providers such as Facebook, Twitter, or Amazon, with SAM identity solutions, or by using your own identity system. In addition, Amazon Cognito enables you to save data locally on users' devices, allowing your applications to work even when the devices are offline. You can then synchronize data across users' devices so that their app experience remains consistent regardless of the device they use. With Amazon Cognito, you can focus on creating great app experiences instead of worrying about building, securing, and scaling a solution to handle user management, authentication, and sync across devices. Amazon Pinpoint makes it easy to send targeted messages to your customers through multiple engagement channels. Examples of targeted campaigns are promotional alerts and customer retention campaigns, and transactional messages are messages such as order confirmations and password reset messages. You can integrate Amazon Pinpoint into your mobile and web apps to capture usage data to provide you with insight into how customers interact with your apps. Amazon Pinpoint also tracks the ways that your customers respond to the messages you send, for example, by showing you the number of messages that were delivered, opened, or clicked. You can develop custom audience segments and send them pre-scheduled targeted campaigns via email, SMS, and push notifications. Targeted campaigns are useful for sending promotional or educational content to re-engage and retain your users. You can send transactional messages using the console or the Amazon Pinpoint REST API. Transactional campaigns can be sent via email, SMS, push notifications, and voice messages. You can also use the API to build custom applications that deliver campaign and transactional messages. AWS Device Farm AWS Device Farm is an app testing service that lets you test and interact with your Android, iOS, and web apps on many devices at once, or reproduce issues on a device in real time. View video, screenshots, logs, and performance data to pinpoint and fix issues before shipping your app. AWS App Sync AWS App Sync is a serverless backend for mobile, web, and enterprise applications. AWS App Sync makes it easy to build data-driven mobile and web applications by handling securely all the application data management tasks like online and offline data access, data synchronization, and data manipulation across multiple data sources. AWS App Sync uses GraphQL, an API query language designed to build client applications by providing an intuitive and flexible syntax for describing their data requirement. Networking and content delivery Amazon VPC Amazon Virtual Private Cloud, Amazon VPC, lets you provision a logically isolated section of the AWS Cloud where you can launch AWS resources in a virtual network that you define. You have complete control over your virtual networking environment, including selection of your own IP address range, creation of subnets, and configuration of route tables and network gateways. You can use both IP4 and IP6 in your VPC for secure and easy access to resources and applications. You can easily customize the network configuration for your VPC. For example, you can create a public-facing subnet for your web servers that has access to the internet, and place your back-end systems, such as databases or application servers, in a private-facing subnet with no internet access. You can leverage multiple layers of security, including security groups and network access control lists, to help control access to EC2 instances in each subnet. Additionally, you can create a hardware virtual private network, VPN, connection between your corporate data center and your VPC and leverage the AWS Cloud as an extension of your corporate data center. Amazon CloudFront is a fast content delivery network, CDN, service that securely delivers data, videos, applications, and APIs to customers globally with low latency, high transfer speeds, all within a developer-friendly environment. CloudFront is integrated with AWS, both physical locations that are directly connected to the AWS global infrastructure, as well as other AWS services. CloudFront works seamlessly with services including AWS Shield for DDoS mitigation, Amazon S3, Elastic Load Balancing or Amazon EC2 as origins for your applications, and Lambda at Edge to run custom code closer to customers' users and to customize the user experience. You can get started with the content delivery network in minutes, using the same AWS tools that you're already familiar with: APIs, AWS Management Console, AWS Cloud Formation, CLIs, and SDKs. Amazon CDN offers a simple, pay-as-you-go pricing model with no upfront fees or required long-term contracts, and support for the CDN is included in your existing AWS support subscription. Amazon Route 53 is a highly available and scalable cloud domain name system, DNS, web service. It is designed to give developers and businesses an extremely reliable and cost-effective way to route end users to Internet applications by translating human-readable names, such as www.example.com, into the numeric IP addresses, such as 192.0.2.1, that computers use to connect to each other. Amazon Route 53 is fully compliant with IP6 as well. Amazon Route 53 effectively connects user requests to infrastructure running in AWS such as EC2 instances, Elastic Load Balancing load balancers, or Amazon S3 buckets, and can also be used to route users to infrastructure outside of AWS. You can use Amazon Route 53 to configure DNS health checks to route traffic to healthy endpoints or to independently monitor the health of your application and its endpoints. Amazon Route 53 traffic flow makes it easy for you to manage traffic globally through a variety of routing types, including latency-based routing, GeoDNS, and weighted round-robin, all of which can be combined with DNS failover in order to enable a variety of low-latency, fault-tolerant architectures. Using Amazon Route 53 Traffic Flow's simple visual editor, you can easily manage how your end users are routed to your application's endpoints, whether in a single AWS region or distributed around the globe. Amazon Route 53 also offers domain name registration. You can purchase and manage domain names such as example.com, and Amazon Route 53 will automatically configure DNS settings for your domains. AWS Private Link simplifies the security of data shared with cloud-based applications by eliminating the exposure of data to the public internet. AWS Private Link provides private connectivity between VPCs, AWS services, and on-premises applications, securely on the Amazon network. AWS Private Link makes it easy to connect services across different accounts and VPCs to significantly simplify the network architecture. AWS Direct Connect makes it easy to establish a dedicated network connection from your premises to AWS. Using AWS Direct Connect, you can establish private connectivity between AWS and your data center, office, or colocation environment, which in many cases can reduce your network costs, increase bandwidth throughput, and provide a more consistent network experience than internet-based connections. AWS Direct Connect lets you establish a dedicated network connection between your network and one of the AWS Direct Connect locations. Using industry standard 802.1q virtual LANs, VLANs, this dedicated connection can be partitioned into multiple virtual interfaces. This allows you to use the same connection to access public resources, such as objects stored in Amazon S3 using public IP address space, and private resources such as EC2 instances running within a VPC using private IP address space, while maintaining network separation between the public and private environments. Virtual interfaces can be reconfigured at any time to meet your changing needs. AWS Global Accelerator is a networking service that improves the availability and performance of the applications that you offer to your global users. Today, if you deliver applications to your global users over the public internet, your users might face inconsistent availability and performance as they traverse through multiple public networks to reach your application. These public networks are often congested, and each hop can introduce availability and performance risk. AWS Global Accelerator uses the highly available and congestion-free AWS Global Network to direct internet traffic from your users to your applications on AWS, making your users' experience more consistent. To improve the availability of your application, you must monitor the health of your application endpoints and route traffic only to healthy endpoints. AWS Global Accelerator improves application availability by continuously monitoring the health of your application endpoints and routing traffic to the closest healthy endpoints. AWS Global Accelerator also makes it easier to manage your global applications by providing static IP addresses that act as a fixed entry point to your application hosted on AWS, which eliminates the complexity of managing specific IP addresses for different AWS regions and availability zones. AWS Global Accelerator is easy to set up, configure and manage. Amazon API Gateway. Amazon API Gateway is a fully managed service that makes it easy for developers to create, publish, maintain, monitor, and secure APIs at any scale. With a few clicks in the AWS Management Console, you can create an API that acts as a front door for applications to access data, business logic, or functionality from your backend services, such as workloads running on Amazon EC2, code running on AWS Lambda, or any web application. Amazon API Gateway handles all the tasks involved in accepting and processing up to hundreds of thousands of concurrent API calls, including traffic management, authorization and access control, monitoring, and API version management. AWS Transit Gateway. AWS Transit Gateway is a service that enables customers to connect their Amazon Virtual Private Clouds, VPCs, and their on-premises networks to a single gateway. As you grow the number of workloads running on AWS, you need to be able to scale your networks across multiple accounts and Amazon VPCs to keep up with the growth. Today, you can connect pairs of Amazon VPCs using peering. However, managing point-to-point connectivity across many Amazon VPCs, without the ability to centrally manage the connectivity policies, can be operationally costly and cumbersome. For on-premises connectivity, you need to attach your AWS VPN to each individual Amazon VPC. This solution can be time-consuming to build and hard to manage when the number of VPCs grows into the hundreds. With AWS Transit Gateway, you only have to create and manage a single connection from the central gateway into each Amazon VPC, on-premises data center, or remote office across your network. Transit Gateway acts as a hub that controls how traffic is routed among all the connected networks, which act like spokes. This hub and spoke model significantly simplifies management and reduces operational costs because each network only has to connect to the Transit Gateway and not to every other network. Any new VPC is simply connected to the Transit Gateway and is then automatically available to every other network that is connected to the Transit Gateway. This ease of connectivity makes it easy to scale your network as you grow. AWS App Mesh. AWS App Mesh makes it easy to monitor and control microservices running on AWS. App Mesh standardizes how your microservices communicate, giving you end-to-end visibility and helping to ensure high availability for your applications. Modern applications are often composed of multiple microservices that each perform a specific function. This architecture helps to increase the availability and scalability of the application by allowing each component to scale independently based on demand, and automatically degrading functionality when a component fails instead of going offline. Each microservice interacts with all the other microservices through an API. As the number of microservices grows within an application, it becomes increasingly difficult to pinpoint the exact location of errors, reroute traffic after failures, and safely deploy code changes. Previously, this has required you to build monitoring and control logic directly into your code and redeploy your microservices every time there are changes. AWS App Mesh makes it easy to run microservices by providing consistent visibility and network traffic controls for every microservice in an application. App Mesh removes the need to update application code to change how monitoring data is collected or traffic is routed between microservices. App Mesh configures each microservice to export monitoring data and implements consistent communications control logic across your application. This makes it easy to quickly pinpoint the exact location of errors and automatically reroute network traffic when there are failures or when code changes need to be deployed. You can use App Mesh with Amazon ECS and Amazon EKS to better run containerized microservices at scale. App Mesh uses the open source Envoy proxy, making it compatible with a wide range of AWS partner and open source tools for monitoring microservices. AWS Cloud Map. AWS Cloud Map is a cloud resource discovery service. With Cloud Map, you can define custom names for your application resources, and it maintains the updated location of these dynamically changing resources. This increases your application availability because your web service always discovers the most up-to-date locations of its resources. Modern applications are typically composed of multiple services that are accessible over an API and perform a specific function. Each service interacts with a variety of other resources such as databases, queues, object stores, and customer-defined microservices, and they also need to be able to find the location of all the infrastructure resources on which it depends, in order to function. You typically manually manage all these resource names and their locations within the application code. However, manual resource management becomes time-consuming and error-prone as the number of dependent infrastructure resources increases or the number of microservices dynamically scale up and down based on traffic. You can also use third-party service discovery products, but this requires installing and managing additional software and infrastructure. Cloud Map allows you to register any application resources such as databases, queues, microservices, and other cloud resources with custom names. Cloud Map then constantly checks the health of resources to make sure the location is up to date. The application can then query the registry for the location of the resources needed based on the application version and deployment environment. Elastic Load Balancing. Elastic Load Balancing, ELB, automatically distributes incoming application traffic across multiple targets, such as Amazon EC2 instances, containers, and IP addresses. It can handle the varying load of your application traffic in a single availability zone or across multiple availability zones. Elastic Load Balancing offers three types of load balancers that all feature the high availability, automatic scaling, and robust security necessary to make your applications fault tolerant. Application Load Balancer is best suited for load balancing of HTTP and HTTPS traffic and provides advanced request routing targeted at the delivery of modern application architectures, including microservices and containers. Operating at the individual request level Layer 7, Application Load Balancer routes traffic to targets within Amazon Virtual Private Cloud, Amazon VPC, based on the content of the request. Network Load Balancer is best suited for load balancing of TCP traffic where extreme performance is required. Operating at the connection level Layer 4, Network Load Balancer routes traffic to targets within Amazon Virtual Private Cloud, Amazon VPC, and is capable of handling millions of requests per second while maintaining ultra-low latencies. Network Load Balancer is also optimized to handle sudden and volatile traffic patterns. Classic Load Balancer provides basic load balancing across multiple Amazon EC2 instances and operates at both the request level and connection level. Classic Load Balancer is intended for applications that were built within the EC2 Classic network. Robotics. AWS RoboMaker. AWS RoboMaker is a service that makes it easy to develop, test, and deploy intelligent robotics applications at scale. RoboMaker extends the most widely used open-source robotics software framework, Robot Operating System, ROS, with connectivity to cloud services. This includes AWS machine learning services, monitoring services, and analytics services that enable a robot to stream data, navigate, communicate, comprehend, and learn. RoboMaker provides a robotics development environment for application development, a robotics simulation service to accelerate application testing, and a robotics fleet management service for remote application deployment, update, and management. Robots are machines that sense, compute, and take action. Robots need instructions to accomplish tasks, and these instructions come in the form of applications that developers code to determine how the robot will behave. Receiving and processing sensor data, controlling actuators for movement, and performing a specific task are all functions that are typically automated by these intelligent robotics applications. Intelligent robots are being increasingly used in warehouses to distribute inventory, in homes to carry out tedious housework, and in retail stores to provide customer service. Robotics applications use machine learning in order to perform more complex tasks like recognizing an object or face, having a conversation with a person, following a spoken command, or navigating autonomously. Until now, developing, testing, and deploying intelligent robotics applications was difficult and time-consuming. Building intelligent robotics functionality using machine learning is complex and requires specialized skills. Setting up a development environment can take each developer days, and building a realistic simulation system to test an application can take months due to the underlying infrastructure needed. Once an application has been developed and tested, a developer needs to build a deployment system to deploy the application into the robot and later update the application while the robot is in use. AWS RoboMaker provides the tools to make building intelligent robotics applications more accessible, a fully managed simulation service for quick and easy testing, and a deployment service for lifecycle management. AWS RoboMaker removes the heavy lifting from each step of robotics development so you can focus on creating innovative robotics applications. Satellite AWS Ground Station. AWS Ground Station is a fully managed service that lets you control satellite communications, downlink and process satellite data, and scale your satellite operations quickly, easily and cost-effectively without having to worry about building or managing your own ground station infrastructure. Satellites are used for a wide variety of use cases, including weather forecasting, surface imaging, communications, and video broadcasts. Ground stations are at the core of global satellite networks, which are facilities that provide communications between the ground and the satellites by using antennas to receive data and control systems to send radio signals to command and control the satellite. Today, you must either build your own ground stations and antennas, or obtain long-term leases with ground station providers, often in multiple countries to provide enough opportunities to contact the satellites as they orbit the globe. Once all this data is downloaded, you need servers, storage, and networking in close proximity to the antennas to process, store, and transport the data from the satellites. AWS Ground Station eliminates these problems by delivering a global ground station as a service. We provide direct access to AWS services and the AWS global infrastructure, including our low-latency global fiber network right where your data is downloaded into our AWS ground station. This enables you to easily control satellite communications, quickly ingest and process your satellite data, and rapidly integrate that data with your applications and other services running in the AWS Cloud. For example, you can use Amazon S3 to store the downloaded data, Amazon Kinesis data streams for managing data ingestion from satellites, SageMaker for building custom machine learning applications that apply to your datasets, and Amazon EC2 to command and download data from satellites. AWS Ground Station can help you save up to 80% on the cost of your ground station operations by allowing you to pay only for the actual antenna time used, and relying on our global footprint of ground stations to download data when and where you need it, instead of building and operating your own global ground station infrastructure. There are no long-term commitments, and you gain the ability to rapidly scale your satellite communications on demand when your business needs it. Security, identity, and compliance. AWS Security Hub. AWS Security Hub gives you a comprehensive view of your high-priority security alerts and compliance status across AWS accounts. There are a range of powerful security tools at your disposal, from firewalls and endpoint protection to vulnerability and compliance scanners. But oftentimes this leaves your team. Switching back and forth between these tools to deal with hundreds, and sometimes thousands, of security alerts every day. With Security Hub, you now have a single place that aggregates, organizes, and prioritizes your security alerts, or findings, from multiple AWS services, such as Amazon Guard Duty, Amazon Inspector, and Amazon Macie, as well as from AWS Partner Solutions. Your findings are visually summarized on integrated dashboards with actionable graphs and tables. You can also continuously monitor your environment using automated compliance checks based on the AWS best practices and industry standards your organization follows. Get started with AWS Security Hub just a few clicks in the Management Console, and once enabled, Security Hub will begin aggregating and prioritizing findings. Amazon Cloud Directory. Amazon Cloud Directory enables you to build flexible, cloud-native directories for organizing hierarchies of data along multiple dimensions. With Cloud Directory, you can create directories for a variety of use cases, such as organizational charts, course catalogs, and device registries. While traditional directory solutions, such as Active Directory, Lightweight Directory Services, ADLDS, and other LDAP-based directories, limit you to a single hierarchy, Cloud Directory offers you the flexibility to create directories with hierarchies that span multiple dimensions. For example, you can create an organizational chart that can be navigated through separate hierarchies for reporting structure, location, and cost center. Amazon Cloud Directory automatically scales to hundreds of millions of objects and provides an extensible schema that can be shared with multiple applications. As a fully managed service, Cloud Directory eliminates time-consuming and expensive administrative tasks, such as scaling infrastructure and managing servers. You simply define the schema, create a directory, and then populate your directory by making calls to the Cloud Directory API. AWS Identity and Access Management. AWS Identity and Access Management (IAM) enables you to securely control access to AWS services and resources for your users. Using IAM, you can create and manage AWS users and groups, and use permissions to allow and deny their access to AWS resources. IAM allows you to do the following. Manage IAM users and their access. You can create users in IAM, assign them individual security credentials, access keys, passwords, and multi-factor authentication devices, or request temporary security credentials to provide users access to AWS services and resources. You can manage permissions in order to control which operations a user can perform. Manage IAM roles and their permissions. You can create roles in IAM and manage permissions to control which operations can be performed by the entity, or AWS service, that assumes the role. You can also define which entity is allowed to assume the role. Manage federated users and their permissions. You can enable identity federation to allow existing identities, users, groups, and roles in your enterprise to access the AWS Management Console, call AWS APIs, and access resources, without the need to create an IAM user for each identity. Amazon Guard Duty. Amazon Guard Duty is a threat detection service that continuously monitors for malicious or unauthorized behavior to help you protect your AWS accounts and workloads. It monitors for activities such as unusual API calls or potentially unauthorized deployments that indicate a possible account compromise. Guard Duty also detects potentially compromised instances or reconnaissance by attackers. Enabled with a few clicks in the AWS Management Console, Amazon Guard Duty can immediately begin analyzing billions of events across your AWS accounts for signs of risk. Guard Duty identifies suspected attackers through integrated threat intelligence feeds and uses machine learning to detect anomalies in account and workload activity. When a potential threat is detected, the service delivers a detailed security alert to the Guard Duty console and Amazon CloudWatch events. This makes alerts actionable and easy to integrate into existing event management and workflow systems. Amazon Guard Duty is cost-effective and easy. It does not require you to deploy and maintain software or security infrastructure, meaning it can be enabled quickly with no risk of negatively impacting existing application workloads. There are no upfront costs with Guard Duty, no software to deploy, and no threat intelligence feeds required. Customers pay for the events analyzed by Guard Duty, and there is a 30-day free trial available for every new account to the service. Amazon Inspector. Amazon Inspector is an automated security assessment service that helps improve the security and compliance of applications deployed on AWS. Amazon Inspector automatically assesses applications for exposure, vulnerabilities, and deviations from best practices. After performing an assessment, Amazon Inspector produces a detailed list of security findings prioritized by level of severity. These findings can be reviewed directly or as part of detailed assessment reports, which are available via the Amazon Inspector console or API. Amazon Inspector security assessments help you check for unintended network accessibility of your Amazon EC2 instances and for vulnerabilities on those EC2 instances. Amazon Inspector assessments are offered to you as predefined rules packages mapped to common security best practices and vulnerability definitions. Examples of built-in rules include checking for access to your EC2 instances from the internet, remote root login being enabled, or vulnerable software versions installed. These rules are regularly updated by AWS security researchers. Amazon Macie. Amazon Macie is a security service that uses machine learning to automatically discover, classify, and protect sensitive data in AWS. Amazon Macie recognizes sensitive data such as personally identifiable information, PII, or intellectual property, and provides you with dashboards and alerts that give visibility into how this data is being accessed or moved. The fully managed service continuously monitors data access activity for anomalies, and generates detailed alerts when it detects risk of unauthorized access or inadvertent data leaks. Today, Amazon Macie is available to protect data stored in Amazon S3, with support for additional AWS data stores coming later this year. AWS Artifact is your go-to, central resource for compliance-related information that matters to you. It provides on-demand access to AWS security and compliance reports and select online agreements. Reports available in AWS Artifact include our Service Organization Control, SOC reports, payment card industry, PCI reports, and certifications from accreditation bodies across geographies and compliance verticals that validate the implementation and operating effectiveness of AWS security controls. Agreements available in AWS Artifact include the Business Associate Addendum, BAA, and the Non-Disclosure Agreement, NDA. AWS Certificate Manager AWS Certificate Manager is a service that lets you easily provision, manage, and deploy secure sockets layer/transport layer security, SSL/TLS, certificates for use with AWS services and your internal connected resources. SSL/TLS certificates are used to secure network communications and establish the identity of websites over the Internet as well as resources on private networks. AWS Certificate Manager removes the time-consuming manual process of purchasing, uploading, and renewing SSL/TLS certificates. With AWS Certificate Manager, you can quickly request a certificate, deploy it on ACM-integrated AWS resources, such as Elastic Load Balancing, Amazon CloudFront distributions, and APIs on API Gateway, and let AWS Certificate Manager handle certificate renewals. It also enables you to create private certificates for your internal resources and manage the certificate lifecycle centrally. Public and private. Certificates provisioned through AWS Certificate Manager for use with ACM integrated services are free. You pay only for the AWS resources you create to run your application. With AWS Certificate Manager Private Certificate Authority, you pay monthly for the operation of the private CA and for the private certificates you issue. AWS Cloud HSM. The AWS Cloud HSM is a cloud-based hardware security module, HSM, that enables you to easily generate and use your own encryption keys on the AWS Cloud. With Cloud HSM, you can manage your own encryption keys using FIPS 140-2 Level 3 validated HSMs. Cloud HSM offers you the flexibility to integrate with your applications using industry standard APIs, such as PKCS number 11, Java cryptography extensions, JCE, and Microsoft CryptoNG (CNG) libraries. Cloud HSM is standards compliant and enables you to export all of your keys to most other commercially available HSMs, subject to your configurations. It is a fully managed service that automates time-consuming administrative tasks for you, such as hardware provisioning, software patching, high availability, and backups. Cloud HSM also enables you to scale quickly by adding and removing HSM capacity on demand, with no upfront costs. AWS Directory Service AWS Directory Service for Microsoft Active Directory, also known as AWS Managed Microsoft AD, enables your directory-aware workloads and AWS resources to use Managed Active Directory in the AWS Cloud. AWS Managed Microsoft AD is built on actual Microsoft Active Directory and does not require you to synchronize or replicate data from your existing Active Directory to the cloud. You can use standard Active Directory administration tools and take advantage of built-in Active Directory features such as group policy and single sign-on, SSO. With AWS Managed Microsoft AD, you can easily join Amazon EC2 and Amazon RDS for SQL Server instances to a domain, and use AWS Enterprise IT applications such as Amazon Workspaces with Active Directory users and groups. AWS Firewall Manager AWS Firewall Manager is a security management service that makes it easier to centrally configure and manage AWS WAF rules across your accounts and applications. Using Firewall Manager, you can easily roll out AWS WAF rules for your application load balancers and Amazon CloudFront distributions across accounts in AWS organizations. As new applications are created, Firewall Manager also makes it easy to bring new applications and resources into compliance with a common set of security rules from day one. Now you have a single service to build firewall rules, create security policies, and enforce them in a consistent, hierarchical manner across your entire application load balancers and Amazon CloudFront infrastructure. AWS Key Management Service AWS Key Management Service, KMS, Makes it easy for you to create and manage keys and control the use of encryption across a wide range of AWS services and in your applications. AWS KMS is a secure and resilient service that uses FIPS 140-2 validated hardware security modules to protect your keys. AWS KMS is integrated with AWS Cloud Trail to provide you with logs of all key usage to help meet your regulatory and compliance needs. AWS Organizations offers policy-based management for multiple AWS accounts. With organizations, you can create groups of accounts, automate account creation, apply and manage policies for those groups. Organizations enables you to centrally manage policies across multiple accounts, without requiring custom scripts and manual processes. Using AWS Organizations, you can create service control policies, SCPs, that centrally control AWS service use across multiple AWS accounts. You can also use Organizations to help automate the creation of new accounts through APIs. Organizations help simplify the billing for multiple accounts by enabling you to set up a single payment method for all the accounts in your organization through consolidated billing. AWS Organizations is available to all AWS customers at no additional charge. AWS Secrets Manager helps you protect secrets needed to access your applications, services, and IT resources. The service enables you to easily rotate, manage, and retrieve database credentials, API keys, and other secrets throughout their lifecycle. Users and applications retrieve secrets with a call to Secrets Manager APIs, eliminating the need to hardcode sensitive information in plain text. Secrets Manager offers secret rotation with built-in integration for Amazon RDS for MySQL, PostgreSQL, and Amazon Aurora. Also, the service is extensible to other types of secrets, including API keys and OAuth tokens. In addition, Secrets Manager enables you to control access to secrets using fine-grained permissions and audit secret rotation centrally for resources in the AWS Cloud, third-party services, and on-premises. AWS Shield is a managed distributed denial of service, DDoS, protection service that safeguards web applications running on AWS. AWS Shield provides always-on detection and automatic inline mitigations that minimize application downtime and latency, so there is no need to engage AWS support to benefit from DDoS protection. There are two tiers of AWS Shield, Standard and Advanced. All AWS customers benefit from the automatic protections of AWS Shield Standard, at no additional charge. AWS Shield Standard defends against most common, frequently occurring network and transport layer DDoS attacks that target your website or applications. When you use AWS Shield Standard with Amazon CloudFront and Amazon Route 53, you receive comprehensive availability protection against all known infrastructure, Layer 3 and 4, attacks. For higher levels of protection against attacks targeting your applications running on Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, Amazon EC2, Elastic Load Balancing, ELB, Amazon CloudFront, and Amazon Route 53 resources, you can subscribe to AWS Shield Advanced. In addition to the network and transport layer protections that come with Standard, AWS Shield Advanced provides additional detection and mitigation against large and sophisticated DDoS attacks, near real-time visibility into attacks, and integration with AWS WAF, a web application firewall. AWS Shield Advanced also gives you 24/7 access to the AWS DDoS Response Team, DRT, and protection against DDoS-related spikes in your Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, Amazon EC2, Elastic Load Balancing, ELB, Amazon CloudFront, and Amazon Route 53 charges. AWS Shield Advanced is available globally on all Amazon CloudFront and Amazon Route 53 edge locations. You can protect your web applications hosted anywhere in the world by deploying Amazon CloudFront in front of your application. Your origin servers can be Amazon S3, Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, Amazon EC2, Elastic Load Balancing, ELB, or a custom server outside of AWS. You can also enable AWS Shield Advanced directly on an Elastic IP or Elastic Load Balancing, ELB, in the following AWS regions: Northern Virginia, Oregon, Ireland, Tokyo, and Northern California. AWS Single Sign-On SSO, is a cloud SSO service that makes it easy to centrally manage SSO access to multiple AWS accounts and business applications. With just a few clicks, you can enable a highly available SSO service without the upfront investment and ongoing maintenance costs of operating your own SSO infrastructure. With AWS SSO, you can easily manage SSO access and user permissions to all of your accounts in AWS organizations centrally. AWS SSO also includes built-in SAML integrations to many business applications, such as Salesforce, Box, and Office 365. Further, by using the AWS SSO Application Configuration Wizard, you can create Security Assertion Markup Language, SAML, 2.0 integrations and extend SSO access to any of your SAML-enabled applications. Your users simply sign into a user portal. With credentials they configure in AWS SSO, or using their existing corporate credentials to access all their assigned accounts and applications from one place. AWS WAF is a web application firewall that helps protect your web applications from common web exploits that could affect application availability, compromise security, or consume excessive resources. AWS WAF gives you control over which traffic to allow or block to your web application by defining customizable web security rules. You can use AWS WAF to create custom rules that block common attack patterns, such as SQL injection or cross-site scripting, and rules that are designed for your specific application. New rules can be deployed within minutes, letting you respond quickly to changing traffic patterns. Also, AWS WAF includes a full-featured API that you can use to automate the creation, deployment, and maintenance of web security rules. Storage Amazon S3 Amazon Simple Storage Service, Amazon S3, is an object storage service that offers industry-leading scalability, data availability, security, and performance. This means customers of all sizes and industries can use it to store and protect any amount of data for a range of use cases, such as websites, mobile applications, backup and restore, archive, enterprise applications, IoT devices, and big data analytics. Amazon S3 provides easy-to-use management features so you can organize your data and configure finely tuned access controls to meet your specific business, organizational, and compliance requirements. Amazon S3 is designed for 99.999999999%, 11 nines, of durability, and stores data for millions of applications for companies all around the world. Amazon Elastic Block Store Amazon Elastic Block Store, Amazon EBS, provides persistent block storage volumes for use with Amazon EC2 instances in the AWS Cloud. Each Amazon EBS volume is automatically replicated within its availability zone to protect you from component failure, offering high availability and durability. Amazon EBS volumes offer the consistent and low latency performance needed to run your workloads. With Amazon EBS, you can scale your usage up or down within minutes, all while paying a low price for only what you provision. Amazon Elastic File System Amazon Elastic File System, Amazon EFS, provides a simple, scalable, elastic file system for Linux-based workloads for use with AWS Cloud services and on-premises resources. It is built to scale on demand to petabytes without disrupting applications, growing and shrinking automatically as you add and remove. Files, so your applications have the storage they need, when they need it. It is designed to provide massively parallel shared access to thousands of Amazon EC2 instances, enabling your applications to achieve high levels of aggregate throughput and IOPS with consistent low latencies. Amazon EFS is a fully managed service that requires no changes to your existing applications and tools, providing access through a standard file system interface for seamless integration. Amazon EFS is a regional service storing data within and across multiple availability zones, OZs, for high availability and durability. You can access your file systems across OZs and regions and share files between thousands of Amazon EC2 instances and on-premises servers via AWS Direct Connect or AWS VPN. Amazon EFS is well suited to support a broad spectrum of use cases from highly parallelized, scale-out workloads that require the highest possible throughput to single-threaded, latency-sensitive workloads. Use cases such as lift and shift enterprise applications, big data analytics, web serving and content management, application development and testing, media and entertainment workflows, database backups, and container storage. Amazon FSx for Lustre. Amazon FSx for Lustre is a fully managed file system that is optimized for compute-intensive workloads, such as high-performance computing, machine learning, and media data processing workflows. Many of these applications require the high performance and low latencies of scale-out parallel file systems. Operating these file systems typically requires specialized expertise and administrative overhead, requiring you to provision storage servers and tune complex performance parameters. With Amazon FSx, you can launch and run a Lustre file system that can process massive data sets at up to hundreds of gigabytes per second of throughput, millions of IOPS, and sub-millisecond latencies. Amazon FSx for Lustre is seamlessly integrated with Amazon S3, making it easy to link your long-term data sets with your high-performance file systems to run compute-intensive workloads. You can automatically copy data from S3 to FSx for Lustre, run your workloads, and then write results back to S3. FSx for Lustre also enables you to burst your compute-intensive workloads from on-premises to AWS by allowing you to access your FSx file system over Amazon Direct Connect or VPN. FSx for Lustre helps you cost-optimize your storage for compute-intensive workloads. It provides cheap and performant non-replicated storage for processing data, with your long-term data stored durably at Amazon S3 or other low-cost data stores. With Amazon FSx, you pay for only the resources you use. There are no minimum commitments, upfront hardware, software costs, or additional fees. Amazon FSx for Windows File Server. Amazon FSx for Windows File Server provides a fully managed native Microsoft Windows file system so you can easily move your Windows-based applications that require file storage to AWS. Built on Windows Server, Amazon FSx provides shared file storage with the compatibility and features that your Windows-based applications rely on, including full support for the SMB protocol and Windows NTFS, Active Directory, ADE integration, and Distributed File System, DFS. Amazon FSx uses SSD storage to provide the fast performance your Windows applications and users expect, with high levels of throughput and IOPS, and consistent sub-millisecond latencies. This compatibility and performance is particularly important when moving workloads that require Windows shared file storage, like CRM, ERP, and .NET applications, as well as home directories. With Amazon FSx, you can launch highly durable and available Windows file systems that can be accessed from up to thousands of compute instances using the industry standard SMB protocol. Amazon FSx eliminates the typical administrative overhead of managing Windows file servers. You pay for only the resources used, with no upfront costs, minimum commitments, or additional fees. Amazon S3 Glacier. Amazon S3 Glacier is a secure, durable, and extremely low-cost storage service for data archiving and long-term backup. It is designed to deliver 99.999999999% durability, and provides comprehensive security and compliance capabilities that can help meet even the most stringent regulatory requirements. Amazon S3 Glacier provides query-in-place functionality, allowing you to run powerful analytics directly on your archive data at rest. You can store data for as little as $0.004 per gigabyte per month, a significant savings compared to on-premises solutions. To keep costs low yet suitable for varying retrieval needs, Amazon S3 Glacier provides 3 options for access to archives, from a few minutes to several hours. AWS Storage Gateway. The AWS Storage Gateway is a hybrid storage service that enables your on-premises applications to seamlessly use AWS Cloud storage. You can use the service for backup and archiving, disaster recovery, cloud data processing, storage tiering, and migration. Your applications connect to the service through a virtual machine or hardware gateway appliance using standard storage protocols, such as NFS, SMB, and ISC. The gateway connects to AWS storage services, such as Amazon S3, S3 Glacier, and Amazon EBS, providing storage for files, volumes, and virtual tapes in AWS. The service includes a highly optimized data transfer mechanism, with bandwidth management, automated network resilience, and efficient data transfer, along with a local cache for low latency on-premises access to your most active data.